as the Warren G. Harding Athletic Department and Warren G. Harding High School proudly presents the cheering football class of 2022 Senior Night. Let's start off with the Warren G. Harding Raider Marching Band head drummer, Carson Peterson. Accompanied by Mother Molly Peterson, Father Rick Peterson, Brother Andrew Peterson, and Brother Brandon Peterson. And now, our senior class of 2022 Warren G. Harding cheerleaders. Jade Allen. Accompanied by Mother Ayana Allen and Father Rodney Allen. Kamari Freeman. Accompanied by Mother Demetria Jennings, Grandmother Patricia Jennings, Aunt Katrina Arch, Sister Breasia Freeman. Angel Hall. Accompanied by Mother Melody Limbeck, Uncle Michael Limbeck, Sister Nevaeh Hall, and niece Kalia Lewis. Eris Lowry. Accompanied by Mother Erica Lowry, Sister Zaya Lowry, Sister Imani Ellison, and Uncle Jameer Green. Jaden Provitz. Accompanied by Mother Angela McCullough, Father Jatis Provitz, Sister Jazaria Rogers, and Brother Javon McCullough. Ariana Vieira. Accompanied by Mother Sharonda Moore, Stepfather Cordell McDowell, Grandmother Gwendolyn Moore, Grandfather Bernard Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your senior class of 2022 Warren G. Harding cheerleaders. And now, your Warren G. Harding Raider football senior class of 2022. Number 3, Payson Wallace. Accompanied by Father Jesse McQueen, Mother Nichelle McQueen, Grandmother Mary McQueen, and Uncle Herschendel McQueen. Number 4, Curtis Dorsey Jr. Accompanied by Mother Jennifer Kimbrough, Father Curtis Dorsey Sr., Stepfather Mike Kimbrough. Number 5, Marjorie Williams. Accompanied by Mother Jackie Gore, Cousin Shakira Gore, Aunt Virginia, and Uncle Larry. Number 7, Josiah Todd. Accompanied by Mother Makisha Todd, Brother King Todd, Sister Queen Todd, and Sister Janice Todd. Number 8, Delmar McMillan. Accompanied by Stepfather Sidney McGriff, Mom Brianna McMillan, and Stepbrother Kenyon McGriff. Number 9, Kanye Red. Accompanied by Father Delshawn Red, Brother Delshawn Sean Red Jr., Brother Tony Shields, and Brother Josiah Red. Number 11, Dawn Foster. Accompanied by Mother Shannon Foster, Stepfather Basil Omar, Brother Caleb Omar, and Grandmother Yvonne Foster. Number 13, Anthony Dukes III. Accompanied by Father Anthony Dukes Jr., Brother Saul Dukes, Mother Rain Coleman Bay, Stepfather Eris Coleman Bay. Number 17, Trayvon Allen. Accompanied by Father Barry Allen, Mother Tracy Allen, Brother James Allen, and niece Asiana. Number 24, Tyreek Ivory. Accompanied by Uncle David Ball, Mother Elfrida Provitz, Uncle Danny Stella, Uncle Omar Provitz. Number 26, Bryson Al. Accompanied by Father Hank Al, Mother Gloria Powell, Sister Chase Powell, and Brother Chris Rucker. Number 28, Devontae McElroy. Accompanied by Mother Rakita McElroy, Sister Kiara Davis, Sister Kamaria Tillis, Sister Rakia Tillis. Number 51, Kincaid Tyson. Accompanied by Mother Shannon Tyson, Best Friend Robert Strickland, Girlfriend Emma Griffin, and Coach Mentor Antonio Reed. Number 52, Morel Brown. Accompanied by Mother Laquita Brown, Father Daryl Anderson, Cousin Mar Brown, Sister Madison Wright, and niece Kadrielle Brown. Number 71, Develle Trimble. Accompanied by Mother Donita McCorkle, Brother Travell Trimble, and Sister Kelly Trimble. Number 81, Johnny Taylor III. Accompanied by Mother Clinchay Artis and Father Johnny Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your senior class of 2022 Ward G. Harding Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the field, your 2021 Warren G. Harding Raider cheerleaders. Let's meet your Raider cheerleader senior class of 2022. Jade Allen. Kimari Freeman. Angel Hall. Eris Lowry. Covering the top local rivalries and the sports stories that matter. WKBN Sports Team 27.
Hi everyone and welcome to Mollenkopf Stadium for tonight's All-American Conference Showdown between Austintown Fitch and Warren Harding. The Falcons come into the night 5-3 overall and coming off a thrilling 3-point win over Boardman last week. A 26-yard game-winning field goal from Josiah Burneye with 1 second left on the clock was the difference for Fitch in that ball game. The Raiders, on the other hand, come into the night red hot. They've won 4 in a row, including a 9-point victory over Cheney last Friday night. Dom Foster scored twice in the game on a 48-yard touchdown pass and an 89-yard kick return. Now, there's a lot on the line tonight. Both Harding and Fitch are in playoff position, so a win tonight could mean home field advantage for one of them in week number 11. Should be a great game. Remember to keep up with scores and highlights from across the valley tonight on our WKBN mobile app, and tune in tonight at 10:30 for the Huddle on Youngstown for Sports Team 27. I'm Ryan Allison. Have a great night and enjoy the game.
Go, guys. That's why these are so good.
So we can leave. I got kids that gotta go to school. I don't imagine it being dead.
And now, let's meet our Warren G. Harding Raider marching band senior class.
But you know, I told I was sitting with the guy next to me. I said, look, there's no such thing as a bad NFL. It all depends on what you get. You have receivers that can back them up and out like
of our school alma mater, the Gold and White. Pre-game wouldn't be the same without the official song of the state of Ohio. Here is Hang On Sloopy.
It's said that a big part of Friday nights was missing last year in these stands. But in reality, we heard and saw you. You see the cheers, the love, and support from our fans, may have looked a bit different. We gathered with our close family in front of TVs, invited a few friends to listen in, and we created new ways to celebrate when we heard touchdown Raiders. Yes, Mollenkopf is the home of 36 NFL players, 18 playoff appearances, 1 NFL Hall of Famer, and 7 state championships. But it's also the home to the best fans in high school football. So after 22 long months, we once again say to you, welcome to Mollenkopf Stadium. Welcome. The city king, coming for the crown. Every time I touch the rock, there's another first down. It's scary in that island. Zombies on the ground. We gon' drop a most fat Mollenkopf and break them down. Who really gon' check me? Rare free like a lefty. Line of scrimmage, we lefty. Scoreboard, we stretch team. Competition is non-existent. They speculating and hating this. Putting on full march.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Good evening, Warren, Ohio. Once again at Mollenkoff Stadium. It's week 10 of the 2021 high school football season, and it has gone by in a flash. And tonight, one of the best rivalries in local high school football is your 5-4 Harding Raiders play host to the 5-3 Austintown Fitch Falcons, and this game has playoff implications written all over it. Harding, off to a 1-4 start, has reeled out 4 straight to put themselves right in the thick of the playoff hunt, and even with a chance to host a game. Tom Bird along with Eddie Colbert one more time this year, and Eddie, Harding might be able to host a game, but they got some business to take care of tonight.
Yeah, it all starts with who's in front of you, and that's what they've been doing for these last 4 games. We know the frustrations that the team, the coaching staff, and the fans and the players had with those, the first 4 or 5 games of the season come off with that win versus East. Unfortunately, some very close games against Hudson and Maslin and Ursuline. Unfortunately, we came out on the short end, but they've been able to, as you said, reel off those 4 straight. Looking for that offensive firepower that we saw all year, but really looking for the defense to step up today, make a stand, get this W, and see where the chips fall for next week.
Austintown Fitch comes in. They've been banged up a little bit this year, but you can put all that aside when these two teams go head-to-head.
Yeah, you know, we always talk about next man up, you know, whether it's cramps, you know, in the caps that we serve early in the season, if it's an injury, or if it's just, you know, the coach is making a move. Next man has to step up. That's what football is about. We're deep into the season. You're going to see those injuries. So those 2s and 3s, they really come to the front of the format right here. So we'll see which team can pull it out tonight.
Jake Doherty set to kick off, and we are underway at Mollenkoff. It's a short kick. That's handled by number 6, Devin Pounds. And Pounds will get it out in between the 30 and 35, about the 33-yard line, and that's where Austintown Fitch will set up on their first offensive series.
Yeah, looking for that defense to come out here strong with a 3 and out. Got my eyes on 51, Kincaid Tyson. Really been a stalwart on that defense there, whether coming from his linebacker position or when they've got him down on the line at defensive end. Really been a havoc all season. Last week, picked up a fumble, returning for an 87-yard touchdown to get Harding off to a quick start against Cheney. Looking for that same type of start here against Fitch.
Looks like number 2, Devin Sherwood, in at quarterback for the Fitch Falcons. They set up on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Sherwood in that shotgun formation. And there's a handoff up the middle. That's number 10, Tyree Mitchell, and he finds nothing. Maybe you get a couple there, make it 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, tried that left side there, right off tackle. Looked like that was Tyreek Ivory that came up there for that quick stop at the line, and I think it was assisted by Josiah Todd there for a short gain, going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Falcons. They've got 2 receivers to the right. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. And there's a handoff again to Mitchell. Actually, that was, looks like number 42, DJ Williams on that carry. He picks up about 4, makes it 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, DJ Williams following his right side of the line there, had a nice hole open up. Harding was able to bring those safeties up in their linebackers to be able to close that down quick enough to stop him for something bigger than a 4-yard gain.
3rd down and 3 at the Fitch 40-yard line. And there's a handoff to Mitchell again up the middle. He's going to be a little short.
Yeah, he's going to be good
4th down and 2, it looks like.
Yeah, I really like how these linebackers are coming up and filling those holes here in the early going. That's going to bring up a 4th and 2 and a decision for Austintown. Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team.
And the Harding defense steps up on the first series. Johnny Taylor in to return the punt. He had a punt return a couple weeks ago. Big touchdown pass reception last week. So Johnny Taylor has become another element in this high-powered Raider offense.
Yeah, big play against Mooney a couple weeks ago. This 3rd part of the game, got a
and they're going to fake that. That pass is complete outside to number 13, Jaden Eli. And that's going to be a 1st down for Austintown Fitch off the fake punt attempt.
You know, unfortunately, Harding has been plagued by the trick play on the special teams, whether it's the fake punt or if it's the onside kick. Just something that they're really going to have to tighten down before they go into next week.
That brings up a 1st down at the 44-yard line. 2 receivers right. Sherwood's going to keep that one, and he's going to get about 4 yards up to about the 49-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 6. Let's call it the 48-yard line for Fitch.
You know, before Fitch came out with that fake punt there, was going to talk about the success that Harding has seen on the special teams, though. It's almost worth it for them to run these trick plays because there's a pretty good chance if you actually kick that ball to one of our receivers, he's going to take it to the house.
Sherwood again with the keeper. This time he gets driven out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 1 over there. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 at the 50-yard line.
And Sherwood showing that speed out there. Defensive end, outside linebacker able to hold him to a minimal gain. Use the sideline as the 12th man on the field. Brings up this 3rd and 5.
Third down and 5 for the Fitch Falcons. They are at their own 49-yard line. Sherwood's going to go quick out to the right. He gets number 4 out there.
Nope,
Number 4,
nothing going.
Donnie Ellis. And that's going to go for about a 4-yard loss. The Raiders were on that screen.
That looked like that was number 3, Wallace. For the Harding, he snuffed that right out, trying to get that running back in there behind a couple blockers with that side screen. Raider defense wasn't going to have it. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10, and we're back to that dangerous situation here with our return men. We'll see what he can do with the ball in some space.
And Devin Sherwood is the punter, so you're going to have to watch out. When your quarterback's the punter, a lot of things can happen. Opens up a lot of doors, but it's 4th down and 10. And it looks like this time they are going to send the kick away. It's a low kick, and that's going to go out of bounds and give Harding excellent field position to start off with. That goes out around the 30-yard line. Looks like the 31. So this is going to be 1st and down Raiders at their own 31.
Finch has definitely watched the film. They wanted no part of that return man and Johnny Taylor. Intentional directional kick out of bounds there. Going to give Harding a good field position here to start off at the 30-yard line.
8:40 to play. Harding takes over for the first time this ball game, and Dallas Jett, who since the Massillon game has been absolutely on fire at the quarterback position. He's got Dom Foster in motion. Jett's going to keep it. He's looking for some room outside. He's not going to find it as Sherwood gets in there and throws Jett down for a 5 or 6 yard loss.
Talked about Dallas Jett, probably about the 5th game of the season. You know, I think really against that Ursuline game where he came out and really took this team under his wings and made this team his. Only a junior coming in this year, showed great leadership out there, not only with his arm, but obviously his ability to be able to run the ball as well. Just a great dual threat from the quarterback position.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and 14. That loss takes the Raiders back to the 27-yard line. Jett with a quick pass out to Dom Foster. And Foster just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Harding.
Yeah, that's the position the offense wants to be in with a 3rd and 14, though. But do understand the reason. You know, these teams, we're 9 games into the season. They know the deep threats of Tyreek Ivory as well as Dom Foster. So you're going to see those safeties push 10, 15 yards off the line. With their speed, corners are generally given some space as well. So smart for the coaches to test those sidelines here to start it off. As long as those safeties and corners are going to play back, take what they give you here in the beginning.
3rd down and 14. And that pass was intended for Dom Foster and kind of hit Tyler Evans of Fitch in the helmet with that. If Tyler Evans had seen that coming, that'd have been 6 for Fitch right away right there.
Yeah, I like trying to go over the middle there, make one guy miss. Dom Foster's probably gone, but it looks like probably there was a little bit of miscommunication. As you see here on the replay, safety basically read that pass the whole way, jumped in front of it. That could have easily went back for 6.
Jake Doherty in to do the punting. The sophomore kicker for Harding. He has been a good one. High snap, and Doherty gets it in, and it's a short punt. It's going to take a little bit of a Harding bounce, and it's going to be down at about the Harding 49-yard line. So Fitch is going to come up on their 2nd offensive series in a short field. High snap, and that forced Jake Doherty up in the air, and that took some of the timing off of that punt.
Well, as you can see here, you know, first time of us obviously seeing Austintown this year. You know, Devin Sherwood, their quarterback, obviously comes out here. He's got the numbers, great athlete. Like you talked about, they were down some injuries this year, but you can tell this offense runs through him. Everything, whether it's the RPOs, you know, or if it's the quick passes or the quarterback keeps, this offense runs around number 2, Devin Sherwood.
Sherwood with DJ Williams set up right behind him. And Williams is going to get the ball up the middle. And he's going to pick up about 5 on that. Gets to actually make it about 7. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for the Fitch Falcons. He gets that into about the Harding 43-yard line. Let's call it 2nd down and 4.
See Fitch quick back up to the line.
And Sherwood again to Williams. Williams is going to get close. He's a little bit short of the 1st down. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1. He gets it up to about the spot net just inside the 41-yard line. So third, and it looks like maybe a short 2 yards for the Fitch Falcons.
Game 2 brings up third down and 1.
DJ Williams, 5'10", 200-pound running back. And he'll get the call. Nope. Sherwood's going to keep that one. And Sherwood's going to be short. Sherwood tried to keep that one around the left end. There'll be no gain on that play. Bring up a 4th down and 2. And I think it might be a safe bet that I think Fitch might be going for this one in that field position.
Yeah, they've had some success on the ground here other than that run there. But Devin Boss, you know, maintaining his position out there, setting that edge, not letting the quick, fleet-footed Sherwood get outside, hold him to this 4th and 1.
It's a big 4th down play early for the Harding defense. 4th down and a long one. Sherwood's going to keep it once again, and Sherwood's going to pound ahead for the 1st down. Gets it up to about the 37-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Fitch.
You know, unlike some of the Fitch teams that we've seen in the past, I'm looking here through their offensive line. I see one guy 6'3", looks like Sam Moxley. They got him listed at 300, but seems to be kind of an undersized offensive line from what we're used to seeing out of the Fitch Falcons.
We have an official's timeout.
Interesting, too, you see Harding's coming out in this 3-4 style defense. Looks like it's basically a 3-man front where they're with 3 linebackers that they're bringing one of the safeties up that they could probably rotate back and forth depending on what they think for run or pass. But it'd be interesting to see how they do with this 3-man front against this Fitch 5-man line.
That's Williams once again up the middle, and he gets nothing. Gets a couple on that play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. They're going to get maybe 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, with this defense, a 3-man front, they've got those four linebackers essentially popping that safety up. That time, I believe you saw Tyreek Ivory come from the left side up from his safety position on the blitz, was really able to disrupt the blocking up there to take that to a 2-yard gain.
2nd down and 9. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. There's another quick pass out. This time he has his man. He had Tyler Evans out there, and Evans gets a 1st down up around the 25-yard line.
Tell you, some nifty footwork over there by Evans. He was probably 6 inches of real estate away from being able to break that down the sideline.
And now Austintown Fitch threatening just inside the Harding 25-yard line. High snap, and that ball is given to Williams. Williams gets around that left end, and Williams takes it up. He is upended at about the 6-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal, Austintown Fitch.
Using that speed up the sideline there. Once he got the corner, he saw that white line of the end zone and was heading for it. Look, I couldn't catch the number. Safety came up at the last minute with the shoestring tackle, able to knock him out of bounds here. Going to create a 1st and goal for the Falcons here midway through the 1st.
Looking for the corner. And Sherwood throws a little bit behind Evans on that one. That's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 5.
I think they call it that back shoulder throw there. He's got his wide receiver one-on-one out there trying to give him an opportunity to make a play. Great defense by the corner out there, who've been pretty decent all year. You know, they've been asked to play man-to-man coverage, as you see on the outsides here, pretty much all year, and they've been able to hold their own.
Sherwood's going to keep this when he bounces it out, and he finds nothing. No gain on that play. 3rd and goal at the 5. Another nice defensive stop by the Raiders.
Devontae McElroy there on the tackle. You know, you can see the quickness of Sherwood, but this defense showing their closing speed. Just, you know, the holes open up wide, and within a split second, that defense is coming and closing them up, being able to contain Sherwood early here in the 1st quarter.
So Fitch, after a nice run down to the 5-yard line to make it 1st and goal, they have found it tough going on this set of downs. That's Tyree Mitchell deep in the backfield. Evans rolls out. He's got a man in the corner. Overthrows Evans in the corner, and it is 4th and goal at the 5.
Intended going back to one of his favorite targets here early. Evans, he had a couple steps on the corner, but Sherwood running out to his right, just unable to get his feet set there. Threw an errant pass, what he's going to wish he had back.
And Austintown Fitch usually has a pretty strong kicking game, and they're going to set up for the field goal. 41, Josiah Bernai Jr. on to attempt what looks to be about a 22-yard field goal attempt. That kick is up, and it splits the uprights, and Austintown Fitch goes on the board first with a 3-0 lead. 3:34 to play in the first quarter. However, Eddie, that's a victory for the defense right there, though.
Yeah, the defense came. We talked all year. The bend don't break attitude. Fitch has been able to mix it up a little bit with the run and the pass. Really like how Fitch is getting their quarterback out on the edges there, kind of make those corners and the outside linebackers kind of make some decisions. Luckily for Harding, though, our corners back there, they've played tough all year, been able to provide great coverage. It starts with that pressure up front, trying to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. But once again, down inside the 5-yard line, defense with a great stand to hold them to 3. Those types of stops can pay great dividends late in the fourth quarter as you get into these close games. By being able to hold them early to 3 instead of 7 could be the difference in the game once we get here into the fourth quarter.
Tyreek Ivory, Dom Foster going back deep. Looks like Johnny Taylor and Braylon Dyson, the next line of return men up. Bernai on to do the kicking for Fitch.
A lot of talking in this Fitch huddle.
And Fitch is known for trying to pull that onside kick. They're not afraid to do it at any point in the ball game. We've seen that in years past.
And absolutely, and the Raiders kickoff team has fell victim to that a couple times.
And that's a short little pooch kick, trying to keep it away. Smart play there by Tajon Wallace for the fair catch right there. Take the field position, put the offense back out on the field.
Yeah, I really want to see something. You want to get something going here. You can see last time they tried with Dallas Jet, kind of running that offense through him. They tried to run him outside. Some passes to the outside quick, and one ill-advised pass that we were lucky to get back. We'll see if Coach Arnold starts with a traditional running game here, if he gets his running backs involved, or if he's going to try to get his dynamic players out on the edges in some space to make some plays.
Jet's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man open in the flats over there, and that ball is complete for about 9 yards. That was Johnny Taylor out in the corner there. 2nd down and 2. And as we always say, at 2nd down and 2, that leaves a lot of options for that offense on that call.
Playbook's wide open on a 2nd and 2. This is one of those opportunities. With Dallas Jet comes up to the line, checks that defense. He finds a one-on-one on either of his outside receivers. May take a shot here, feeling very comfortable if it ends up being a 3rd and 2.
See all the receivers up on top. A bad snap. That ball's on the ground, and it's still rolling around, and it looks like it's going to be Fitch football.
Yeah, I think just a mental mistake there. I didn't see any problem with that shotgun snap. I think Dallas Jet may have taken his eyes off of it, or possibly thinking about his second move before his first one. Couldn't get control of it. Kicked around for a while, but going to give the Fitch Falcons the ball in great field position here on the Raiders side of the 50-yard line. Asking for that defense to come up again with a big stop.
And it is Fitch football, 1st and 10 at the Harding 38-yard line after the turnover. 2:53 remaining in the first quarter. Sherwood drops back to pass. He's got a man out there, and that's just for about a 2-yard gain. That looked like Tajon Wallace lowering the boom out there.
Wallace came up. That was a big hit he put on Foster there. Keelan Foster, number 12. Big hit to the back there. Glad to see the young man get up. Able to hold on to the ball as well. but you're going to need something like that. You know, we're here, last game of the regular season. Both these teams pretty comfortable that they're going to make the playoffs. Right now, I believe they're both playing for the hopes of a home game, but you can tell both sides kind of dead right now, waiting for that spark to wake one of these sides up.
And Sherwood drops back again, looking down that far sideline for Evans. Actually, that was Cam Smith. And just a step outside, makes the catch, but out of bounds.
Looks like we got an illegal man downfield on Fitch.
And that looks like it's going to be the call.
Trying to catch a number here. Oh, he had 2 or 3 offensive linemen. He's got number 72 there. 72 looks like he was running a post pattern. Chris King, they're going to get you for that every time. 15, 17 yards downfield.
Brings up a 2nd down and 13. The penalty backs the ball up to the 41-yard line. And Fitch, after that turnover, trying for the home run ball early on the short side of the field. Tyree Mitchell in the backfield along with Sherwood. Sherwood drops back once again over the middle. And that's scary.
Yeah, that's
that pass was to Donnie Ellis. I think they're going to call a targeting type penalty possibly on that. And
you know, I didn't see, you know, watching that play as it happened, I didn't see anything, you know, that you would call dirty, unfortunately, and in the past 5 years, you know, your ability to be able to try to break up some of those passes have become questionable. Once again, I don't think that was something that was intended to be any type of...
I think you see a low throw and both players going for the ball is what you see there.
It was an aggressive play, and unfortunately, we've got a Fitch Falcon down on the ground. It was good to see him moving. At first, we didn't.
Well, now the concern is for Donnie Ellis, penalty or not, or just hopefully this young man gets up and he's able to get off the field under his own power, because that you just don't want to see those kinds of things on the football field, regardless of how it occurs.
Yeah, we
all a scary moment down there.
You know, from I think you think about it a lot less as a player while you're out there. You're just playing the game. I can tell you, as a father of a son who's playing right now, it's a different feeling going to the game. You know, you say a little prayer in your head on the way to the game for both teams. You know, hoping that everybody can finish the game strong and without injury. And you just hate to see, you know, when at the end of the day, these are kids.
Yeah.
And you hate to see anybody's child
get hurt. I see him sitting up down there, so that is a tremendous sign. And he's going to get up and get off the field. And that's what a relief that is, because that, regardless of how that came about, that was one scary collision out there. You just don't want to see that kind of contact. I mean, you want good, hard football, but that was just, that was a scary moment, and the young man's walking off.
Yeah, aggressive plays. You know, we want you to go 100% every play until the whistle. We want aggressiveness. You know, unfortunately, sometimes, you know, this is a contact sport, and sometimes we do see injuries. And but when we saw him go down and the lack of movement, that was probably the most scary thing. But good to see the young man up. I'm sure the trainers are going to go over there and check him out. And, you know, hopefully it was just something where, you know, he kind of got scared from the hit. And once he had a moment to settle down, maybe we could possibly see the young man back in the game later tonight.
And the penalty on the play takes the ball up to the Raider 26-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for Fitch. And that is a timeout for Austintown Fitch with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
I want to take a moment to congratulate, I believe, all of the underclassmen have finished up their seasons, 7th, 8th grade, and the freshmen. Want to congratulate them, the players, the coaches, their parents, on another season. You know, keep on working. I tell my son, he's in 8th grade, you come to these games, this is what you dream about, playing under these lights. You know, acknowledging that it's an honor to play here at Mollenkoff Stadium. And so look forward to seeing those young men here in a couple years playing under the lights on Friday.
Teams back out in the field. First and 10, Fitch at the Harding 26-yard line. And Sherwood's going to keep this once again. And he's going to muscle his way for about 4 or 5 on that.
Came
and
loose.
Could be a loose ball down there. Not sure yet what's happening. And it looks like it's going to remain Fitch football. Spotted around the 21-yard line.
You know, the weather could be a factor tonight. You know, we look up into the lights, we can see a slight mist coming down. Obviously, the temperature is colder than what they have played in thus far this season. I believe it was about 48 when I walked into the stadium tonight. So those fingers start getting a little numb and start to see that ball come out.
Second down and 7 at the 23. There's the handoff to Tyree Mitchell. He will get it ahead for another couple of yards. It's called 3 more yards up to the 20, where it's going to be 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Kincaid Tyson on the tackle. We talked about him when the game started. Just a stalwart on the defensive side here. Looking to have a big game from him and his 10 teammates over there. We want to see gang tackles. No shirt tackles. We want to see gang tackles. We want 11 hats on the ball every time the ball's run.
Mitchell sets up to the right of Sherwood. Sherwood's going to roll out to his right. He's going to tuck this in and get out of bounds, maybe pick up a yard or 2 on that play. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Fitch Falcons. And again, this defense stiffens up as Fitch gets into scoring position.
You know, I'm watching Sherwood. I'm going to tell you, that's an athlete. You know, you can see the athleticism, you see the speed, and you see the quickness. And to see how quickly Harding's been able to close in on him and keep him to minimal yards is really a testament to the defense and where they've came from the beginning of the year to where they are here tonight.
4th down and 2 for the Fitch Falcons. They're going to go for it down here. They have the ball at the 18-yard line of Warren Harding. Sherwood sets up. Sherwood's going to keep this, trying to get around the end. And this is going to be awful close.
He's short.
He was hitting the backfield, and the initial spot doesn't look like it.
I think that's the second time tonight they've tried to run Sherwood on a 4th down, and Harding they're having none of it. I don't know if Coach Arnold's put a spy on him, but they are. Just the closing in on Sherwood. It's just been an amazing point that's been made by this defense tonight.
So after the turnover, Harding holds on a 4th down and 2, and it's Raider football at their own 18-yard line. 25 seconds of play in the first quarter. And so far in this first quarter, the Raider defense has come up huge. And Jett again with the keeper trying to get around that end. He gets a couple.
Number 10 Dallas Jett.
They're still feeling the defense. The Raiders still feeling the defense out. Really haven't been able to get any type of momentum going as we're going to wind down here. Looks like they're good with taking this into the second quarter, but really haven't found any type of groove for this offense to get in. Haven't seen a run from a traditional running back yet. I saw him fake the jet sweep, one of the plays that's kind of their bread and butter. Like the fake off of that, sending Jett the other way, but the Austintown defense was ready for it. Didn't see any deep passes that quarter. Another thing that comes synonymous with this explosive offense is at least 1 or 2 shots to Ivory or Dom Foster, down the sidelines. And just really haven't been able to get into that groove that the offense has been used to. Look to do something here as we start the second quarter to really get this offense kind of on track, get those horses out of the barn and let them loose on this field, let them run.
Dallas Jett picked up 5 yards on that carry, so the Raiders are going to open up the second quarter, 2nd down and 5 at their 23-yard line. Once again, first quarter score, Fitch Falcons 3 on the 22-yard field goal by that's Josiah Burney. Good on the 22-yard field goal.
Yeah, that 3 points is all we got to speak of tonight. Like I said, the defense for the Raiders, that bend don't break mentality, couple decent drives by Fitch. Obviously the turnover here in Raider territory. Defenses came up big, with that 4th down stop, so kind of wiping out that turnover. And then when they did get the decent drive down there inside the 5-yard line, defense was able to hold strong and hold them that 3 points. It brings us to where we are here at the beginning of the second, with the Falcons leading the Raiders 3-0.
Red and Foster lined up down here on the near sideline. There's a handoff up the middle, and there's a big gain all the way out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Harding.
Looked like that was 41. That was Ryan Powell with a big burst up the middle there, testing the middle of that line. Able to, I think he ripped off about 22 yards there.
Ryan Powell, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore running back for the Raiders. Big gain, 1st and 10 at the 40. And we're going to try that one again. And he'll get about 2 on that before that defensive line pushes him back.
Yeah, every year it seems that, Harding, one thing they're never short on is a stable of running backs. And Powell being one of them, a sophomore, obviously he's got several more, a couple more years in front of him. Great to see a young man like that be able to get out here, get some time under these lights. Everybody wants the lights. Everybody wants the lights. But they don't realize sometimes those lights get hot. And when you get experience as a sophomore to play under these lights, you get into games like this in the playoffs, all that comes in to help.
Jet drops back. He's looking over here. He's looking for Kanye Red, and that ball is picked off. Picked off by number 25, Davion Pritchard.
Yeah, it looks like he threw straight into the teeth of that cover, too. If he's going to throw that ball, it's got to be a little bit earlier. You see that safety's definitely had time to get over here. The cornerback undercut it for the interception there. That's where Kanye Red needs to turn into a cornerback and kind of play defense there, even if it's a pass interference. It's only a 10-yard penalty. Got to try to get in there and help your quarterback out a little bit and break that pass up. But second turnover of the first half here for the Raiders, both of them on Dallas Jet. Look for this defense to step up once again with a 3-and-out and get this Falcon offense off the field.
This Raider team has dodged bullets so far. We'll see if they can do it once more. Sherwood all alone in the backfield. Scrambles out to his right. He finds Evans over the middle. That's a 1st down. Evans gets it ahead to about the 45-yard line of Harding.
Yeah, you can see they were Harding was in a zone that time. They had the 3 receivers split up to the high side there with the quarterback rolling out to his right, being able to use his feet to buy him some time, was able to find his receiver sitting down there in the soft spot for a nice gain.
1st and down Fitch at the Harding 45-yard line, and again, Sherwood all by himself. He's going to keep this one, and he'll pick up maybe a yard on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Fitch Falcons.
Kincaid Tyson again. Hear him coming from that left end position there, coming up to stop Sherwood again for a short gain.
And they're keeping Sherwood in that empty backfield. 2nd down and 9. He's looking down the sideline. He has got Cam Smith all by himself, and Smith is going to take it in 43 yards for a Fitch touchdown.
Caught him with that single safety there. Couldn't get over there quick enough to cover his deep part of the field. Ran right past the corner. I don't know if that was a mix-up in communication, but no possible way in that single safety set that he was going to be able to get over there that quick to make the play. That's going to put the Falcons up here 9-0 pending the extra point midway through the first half.
Josiah Bernai on to attempt that extra point. And that kick is up and good. And it is a 10-0 Austintown Fitch lead with 9:43 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, the turnovers are going to bite you. That was, another, what we talked about, ill-advised pass there. Corner was able to cut underneath that underthrown pass to pick it off. That could have been a second one. We talked about that slant pattern where the communication wasn't there between the receiver and the quarterback, kind of bounced right off the pads of the defender. Luckily to get that one back, couldn't get the last one back. And then Austintown strikes with the big play there. Talked about before the explosiveness of this offense. I would be highly surprised if in this series you don't see Dom Foster and Tyreek Ivory with at least a couple touches in order to try to get this offense rolling.
Fitch on top, 10-0. That light mist continues to fall over Mollenkopf Stadium.
The Upmen need to be aware. You see all that space out there. An onside kick does not have to be the roll with the big bounce. You try to pooch punt it, get it into those soft spots right there. See if you can make get a lucky bounce there and get on it.
And it looks like Harding has some good hands people down there. They're setting up for that.
Yeah, this looks like an onside kick team. This does not look like your traditional kickoff return team.
And we've seen it time and again over the last couple of meetings between these teams. Fitch is not afraid to do that onside kick. And there's going to be a squib kick up the middle. That ball's loose down there and finally covered at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, so there's no doubt. I mean, you're 9 minutes in to the second quarter. I don't think we've called Dom Foster or Tyreek Ivory's name. I think there was an attempted screen pass in the first series. Other than that, we haven't really seen them really break out their weapons. Down here, 10-0. You got a couple turnovers here in the first half. I expect to see a big dose of two of the, I would have to assume, two of the top receivers in the state. Got to assume that you see some heavy doses of those two on this drive to get this offense moving.
And there's the handoff to Powell, and Powell finds nothing on that play. Gains maybe half a yard out to the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Looks like they're going with a little sugar huddle here. Wide receivers.
Foster, Red, and Ivory are all lined up down here to the near side. Johnny Taylor up on top. Powell in that backfield, and Jet steps back. He's looking for Foster. Foster's got a little bit of space. A nice gain on that 2nd down play. He gets that out close to a 1st down, and
it's like they're moving
according
the
to
chains.
Spot, that is a 1st down Harding.
You see here, you got Foster. Get him in space. It's not about the play. It's about the player. Get your dynamic players the ball. Get them the ball with some space and let them do what they do. Let them use that athletic ability. That 10-yard play the next time could easily go for 60.
1st and 10, Harding at their 39-yard line. Foster, Ivory, and Red set up on top. This is to Powell. Powell's got a hole. Powell out to the 45. He's still on his feet. Driven out at about the 46-yard line. And another nice run by number 41, Ryan Powell.
And Ryan Powell, nice run off the right-hand side there. Line did a real good job of opening up the hole for him. Used his vision to do the rest. Like the way he kept his legs really churning there. As a young man, though, he's going to learn to lower that pad level. He's a lot of body showing there. He gets a few more carries in him. He starts to lower that pad level, starts to deliver the hit. He's going to turn that corner and see a lot less defenders there.
7-yard carry by Powell. Brings up a 2nd down and 3. Harding sends 3 receivers up on top. And Jet's going to keep this one up there. He's going to get the 1st down and a few more all the way into Fitch territory at the 42-yard line.
Now you see it kind of move in the way that it's been for the past few weeks, hitting kind of with the inside, the outside, using Dallas Jet's arm with those strong throws to the outside, using his legs to keep that defense off balance. Picked up a nice chunk of yards there for the 1st down to move the sticks.
Spot that at the Fitch 43-yard line. And again, Red, Foster, Ivory up on top. And this time the handoff is to Powell. Powell gets around the end, and Powell has some room. Powell breaks another tackle. Powell inside the 15-yard line.
Another nice run by Powell there. Kind of takes his time, lets the line set up his blocks for him. Soon as he hits the gas, he gets upfield, able to not go out of bounds, keep that balance for probably another good 10, 12 yards after first contact.
Brings up 1st and 10 Raiders.
Powell got knocked out at the 17, and it is 1st and 10 Harding, and now Harding is knocking at the door.
I like that left side matchup.
Jet keeps it again up the middle. This time, Jet gets some power yards up the middle, inside the 10-yard line.
Talk about lowering that pad level. Dallas Jet from the quarterback position, straight QB draw up the middle, took the first man, lowered that pad level, and brought him for a ride for about 3 yards.
2nd down and 2 for Harding, just inside the Fitch 10-yard line. 6:50 to play here in the first half, and Harding threatening to get on the board. And again, Red, Foster, Ivory up on top. You've got one man down here in the bottom. That's Johnny
Ivory's
Taylor.
one-on-one.
And Jet's going to keep it again. He's going to power ahead. He's going to get a first down. They got him spotted around the 5-yard line. I thought the forward progress got a little further than that, but apparently not. Looks like a 3rd down and a very short 1 yard coming up here.
Check that down at the 8. 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, it looks like we had everybody confused on that one. The scoreboard, the announcer, I think we all thought that was a first down.
Harding with the ball at the 8, and it looks like
So
Harding's going to use a timeout and talk this one over.
Oh, big play here. You're
Absolutely.
inside. You know, this is obviously, you know, the offense starting to show a lot of that, a lot of the momentum that we were looking for. Once again, as usual, running this offense through their quarterback, Dallas Jet, been able to do it with his arm as well as his legs. And Ryan Powell on this drive. Ryan Powell came in, you know, broke off chunks of yards at a time, really just, you know, gashing this defense, you know, for yards at a time. Got him down here inside of the 10. You're going to bring up a 3rd and 1. You know, I'm not telling you that I think Stefanski's right all the time, but I kind of like going for it. You know, the analytics. You know, you're 4th and 1, you're 3rd and 1. You know, you got to if you're going to call a timeout, you bring your offensive line over and you let them know this is about you. You don't lose. You take this man and you drive him to the back of the end zone. Put him up there with the band members. Let's get this first down. Nothing tricky. Me versus you. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
3rd down, a short one for the Raiders at the Fitch 8-yard line.
3rd down and 1. Ball to the 8-yard line.
Powell sets up just to Dallas Jet's left. And Jet's going to keep it. Jet's going to get the first down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Harding.
Yeah, you saw he was kind of looking to his left there, and then that big hole opened up on the right-hand side. I think he saw the end zone at the last second. Linebacker safety was able to come back with a nice tackle in the open field, but not before Dallas Jet was able to pick up the first down for the Raiders.
1st and goal at the Fitch 4-yard line, just inside the 4-yard line. Jet's going to keep it again, and Jet's going to get this one in. Touchdown, Raiders!
Going to give all the credit for that drive to the offensive line. Whether it was Powell or whether it was Jet, they got behind those hogs up front, able to just break off chunks of yards at a time. Coach Arnold had no problem on the 3rd and 1. Wouldn't have had problem on a 4th and 1. He's watching how his offensive line is dominating up front during this drive, able to punch it in for a quick 6.
Jake Doherty steps in for the extra point attempt. And the sophomore kicker connects. It is a 10-7 ball game.
Exactly what Harding needed. Going down there, 10-0 after a couple turnovers. Just a really mundane-looking offense. You can tell it's quiet. Didn't see anybody really up. But I think Ryan Powell and that offensive line really got the spark going, breaking off a couple really nice runs. That got Dallas Jet going. Exactly what the Raiders needed to do to put themselves back here in the game, 7-10. About 5:36 left in the 2nd quarter.
You know, every now and again, Eddie, we talk about a statement drive, and I think you just saw one right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw just kind of the lethargic look of both sides here. You know, we talked, I don't know if maybe it's, the weather, maybe it's the fact that they're both pretty confident that they're going to go to the playoffs, but you didn't really see kind of just that hype. that you generally see when you come out on a Friday night to a high school game. But now, 7-10, they both exchanged some punches. Now they're kind of settled in with each other. Look to see a great 2.5 quarters of football here on Friday night at Mollenkoff.
Cam Smith and Deshaun Vaughn Jr. set up deep for the Falcons. And this looks like this is going to go to Deshaun Vaughn around his 14-yard line. Being chased around the 20, gets it out to about the 25 where he's met hard. And that's where Fitch will set up on their next series of downs.
So we'll see what Fitch has coming back. Harding just went down there, showed a little bit about that offensive firepower, able to drive the ball down with relative ease. Like what they say, Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And I think Harding came back with through their punch. We'll see how Austintown responds.
Fitch, 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. They return a running back into the backfield, but they send him out in motion. Sherwood back. Sherwood looking deep. He overthrows number 12, Kylan Foster, and almost into the hands of one of the Harding defensive backs.
That was Don Foster. Thought he had an opportunity at an interception there. I think if that pass would have actually, been on course, Don Foster was in better position to make it than the receiver was.
Sorry, that pass was intended for number 22, Dominic Perry, not number 12, 22. And Perry and Cam Smith are over here on the near sideline, along with Tyler Evans. 2nd down and 10. Sherwood's going to drop straight back. He's looking for Evans. And again, just past the outstretched hands of Evans, but there was some pretty solid coverage on that play.
Yeah, pretty solid coverage, and I believe still with that 3-man front, we were able to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. Maybe had him release that ball quicker than he wanted to.
Sherwood has shown a strong arm, just has not been on spot yet. And again, that could be due to that little bit of a pass rush that Harding's able to generate with that 3-man front.
Yeah, the 3-man front, when they're bringing that safety up to a 3-4, they're generally blitzing a linebacker or the safety.
Sherwood in the empty backfield, 3rd down and 10. He's forced out of the pocket, and that ball is knocked down. They're calling that a fumble. It's Harding football. That ball was knocked out of Sherwood's hands, and it is Harding football at the 20-yard line.
Just what the doctor called for. You see Sherwood break it out to his left. I think they call that, what is that, the open hand.
And that's Kincaid Tyson.
Kincaid Tyson with the strip. Big play from him last week. He was able to return it for a touchdown. This week he was able to create that strip here deep in Falcons territory. Exactly what they needed. We talked about the early turnovers for Harding. Harding was able to withstand that storm to the utmost. Now we're going to see what happens now when Fitch finds himself with a little bit of adversity here. 5 minutes left. They're going to give the Raiders the ball on their own 20-yard line with all the momentum at their back.
And just like that, Harding, who found themselves down 10-0, now all of a sudden with an excellent opportunity to get back and take the lead in this ballgame. Dallas
safety.
Jet back to pass. He's rolling out to his left, throws back to his right, and there's a touchdown, Harding! Kanye Red!
Kanye Red got lost in the mix there. Dallas Jet rolls out to his left. Receivers took their time finding the open spots there as Jet rolls out to his left, able to gather himself, plant his feet, and throw a strike to a wide open Kanye Red to put Harding on top 13-10 with 4:57 left here in the second.
And oh, how quickly this one has turned around. Jake Doherty on for the second extra point attempt of the evening. And again, the rock-solid sophomore puts another one through the uprights, and it is a 14-10 Harding Raider lead with 4:57 to play in this first half.
That's exactly what they needed there. You wanted to keep that momentum going after the big turnover caused by Kincaid Tyson go right back to the air. I saw the single safety. I thought they were going to look for Foster or Ivory on the boundaries there. Able to use his feet, find that a crossing pattern with Kanye Red wide open in the back of the end zone. Way to strike quick. Get yourself right back in this game, 14-10. And remember, Fitch got the ball to start the game, so Harding's going to get the ball at halftime and be able to try to add to that lead. Got to hold on here with 4:57 left. I think the Raiders have, 2 timeouts left. Get a 3 and out here, maybe put a couple more points on the board before halftime.
And as you said, now it's the Fitch Falcons with their back up against the wall, and we'll see how Austintown responds. You know there's not going to be any quit on that sideline over there.
No, a lot of tradition out of both of these schools here. Austintown comes in, similar record. Both of them fighting, to not only just get into the playoffs, but both these teams are trying to make a run, and this is a game that leads up to it.
And Dory with a squib kick of his own. That is fielded about the 25-yard line. That ball gets returned out to about the 30. That looked like number 6, Devin Pounds, fielding that one. They're going to spot that at about the 32-yard line.
So you're going to bring this defense back on here. About 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes left in the second quarter. As we've seen, this offense is running through their quarterback, Sherwood. Sherwood tried to use his feet, but Harding has snuffed it out. Like I said, I'm not sure if they've got a spy on him or not, but the closing defense that comes in on Sherwood before he's been able to make a play has just been unbelievable tonight.
First and down, Fitch, 32-yard line. And that goes to DJ Williams. He gets tripped up and falls ahead for a couple out to about the 34-yard line. Actually, it looks like just 1 yard. It's going to be second down and 9. Maybe give him 2. Let's call it second down and 8.
Second and 8, that clock continues to run. Looks like Fitch isn't in any hurry to get up there and try to run. It looks like they're trying to run some time down off this clock, fearing giving this explosive Raider offense the ball back with any kind of time left here in the first half.
And Sherwood drops back. He's looking downfield. He's looking for Evans.
That's ours.
And that ball is intercepted by number 6, Devin Boss. All over Mike Evans on that play, and he comes up with the ball.
All year, Coach Arnold, you'll see it here, one-on-one. Devin Boss gets his head turned around as a corner should. It puts himself in a position to be able to make that interception. That's the 3rd turnover, I think, now for Fitch in this half. But excellent play from the beginning of the year. We started the year out with Menor. They got a quarterback, D1, Penn State scholarship, and Coach Arnold came out, had absolute faith in his corners. I want to say 90-95% of that game, he played man-to-man coverage and held that quarterback to 150 yards passing. You see, nothing's changed. He's willing to put his corners out there on an island by themselves, and time again, they've proven the ability to be able to hold their own out there, not only with incompletions, but big turnovers like you just saw there.
Foster, Red, Ivory, all up on top. This goes to Powell. And Powell gets strung out, but he does manage to bull ahead for 2 yards out to the 44-yard line, make it second down and 8 for the Raiders.
Plenty of time here, a little under 4 minutes left. 2 timeouts by the Raiders on their own 44-yard line. Testing out the waters there up front, feeling it out. Austintown was able to come up with a stop there, but it's a matter of time before 11 or 24 pop the top off this defense for a big one.
Johnny Taylor up on top. The other 3 receivers down here on the near sideline. Dallas Jet's going to step back. He's looking this way. He's looking for Foster out there in open field again. Foster shakes 1 tackle. Foster still on his feet. Foster at 35. Foster still inside the 30. And Tom Foster all the way down there 27. And there are flags all over the place.
Looks like maybe a face mask penalty. Somebody was reaching and grabbing, trying to get Foster there with all the little wiggles he was doing out there. Might have been able to draw a face mask penalty. Throw 15 more on this.
And that's what we have. Face mask on the Fitch Falcons.
Looks
so
like
already a big play.
They're going to call that an incidental, so it's only going to go for 5. But just watch Dom Foster in the open field. That first guy doesn't even count. He doesn't even see him. And you see just the elusiveness downfield and just the willingness not to give up and to get additional yards. All kinds of officials caught that extra 5 yards, but you're going to get that with the shiftiness of some of these athletes. You got defenders reaching. Sometimes you accidentally get some plastic.
1st and 10 Harding at the Fitch 23-yard line. There's the give to Powell. Powell gets around that right end, and Brian Powell. There's another flag back here, maybe in the holding territory.
I think they're going to bring it back. Powell with his stiff arm. I think his stiff arm went right to the face mask of a defender, and I think they're going to call that. No, are they going to call that against Fitch?
Powell took that ball down to about the 7-yard line.
As soon as I saw him throw that stiff arm is when I saw the flag come out, but obviously that flag is going to be against Fitch.
They're calling a 5-yard face mask penalty on Austintown Fitch. That moves the ball inside the 5-yard line, inside the 4, and it is 1st and goal Harding with 2:42 to play. And all of a sudden, Harding is blowing the top off this ball game.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I expect to see a QB draw straight up the middle with Dallas Jet.
And that's exactly what you get. Dallas Jet from 4 yards out with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And all of a sudden, it's a 20-10 Harding lead.
We talk about, all year long, we talk about the idea, if you want to win football games, you have to take control of the line of scrimmage. And that is what you have seen this offensive line do from probably, I'd say, the 2nd or 3rd series. Once they got into that groove, you've seen this offensive line just dominate the front 4 of the Fitch Falcons, leading to these big runs. And the score in which you see right now, 20-0, with Jake on for the extra point.
And Jake Doherty goes 3 for 3 as he sends that extra point deep into the Robert E. Fleming band shell.
22-10. Or 21-10. But yeah, you start the game out, as two guys like us, old school football players, you always think about just starting the game out with the run. You want to establish that line of scrimmage. You're not worried about your linemen pass blocking, with the finesse and the speed. You want maul blocking. You just want them to maul the guy in front of them, to really take control and to set their dominance on the line of scrimmage. And that's what you've seen these past 3 drives. Those front 5 of Harding have taken control of this game. Thus, the score that you see now, 21-10. That's 21 unanswered points. I believe probably just in the 2nd quarter alone.
It was
21 unanswered points.
And really, I think probably just in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Not just the 2nd quarter, but the last 3 or 4 minutes. This football game has turned on a dime.
Well, you saw the fumble down there, recovered by Harding inside, then the interception by Boss, and just quick scores after that.
Jake Doherty on once again. And another squib kick. I think we're going to get an offsides penalty on the kickoff team. Somebody a little anxious down there. And again, that is Smith and Vaughn. Actually, Smith and Evans are the deep backs for Fitch this time. Cam Smith and Tyler Evans are back deep.
And you see the squib kicks there, and you see that big hole in the middle there. That's kind of no man's land on the kickoff team.
This time, Doherty will set up and kick from the 35-yard line. And that bounces off one of the up men.
Free ball.
And there's a scramble down there.
That might be ours.
There's a big scramble for that kickoff. And there's a little bit of extracurricular activity going on, so hopefully this game doesn't devolve into something like that. It's been a good contest so far, pretty clean.
Coach Arnold came out there quick to get on his player.
That's going to be a personal foul going against the Raider kick team.
Well, you take that personal foul, you don't recover the kick. It looks like it's going to be marked off from the 40, so now you're looking at giving Fitch the ball with 2:20 left on the 45 of the Raiders. Just a mental error. Everything's going your way. You got to keep your head. This isn't the first game of the year. We're deep here. You've been tested. You've been you've been egged on and you've dealt with it all year. You know, you got to keep your head in these situations here. Things are going too well for you. 21-10, 2:20 left. You got to be able to keep your head. You put now Fitch in a position 45 yards away from a touchdown, probably 30 yards outside of a range of their kicker. Just something I'm sure Coach Arnold and his coaching staff going to talk to their players, say, you know, we got to keep our heads here. Doing too well, but it's penalties like that that can change a game and specifically can change the momentum.
2:20 to play. The penalty moves the football up to the Harding 45-yard line, where it's going to be Fitch football, first down and 10. Fitch with 2 timeouts left on the board, so they've got plenty of time to work with this. Once again, Harding will get the ball to start the second half.
Once again, you see that single safety back for Harding, same position last time where they ended up beating them for that deep pass.
And Sherwood's just back. He gets that ball out to Williams. Williams is going to go ahead for about 7 yards on that little dump screen pass.
Yeah, it was Kincaid Tyson again on the tackle, able to use his speed. Big man able to chase down the quick running back out of the backfield after a gain of about 6.
Gets the ball up to the Harding 39-yard line, second down and 4. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And this time the handoff is to Williams up the middle. Gets a couple, gets close to a first down. It's going to be third down and about 1. Clock continues to tick here in the first half.
Yeah, McElroy coming up from his linebacker position. Really just love to see those linebackers coming up and filling holes.
Third and 1. And again, the handoff is to Williams. Williams gets through the line of scrimmage. He'll get a first down close to the 30-yard line. Minute 21 to play as we move the chains.
In high school, the clock stops on the first down until they can get those chains set. Clock's ticking down, but Austintown still sitting with 2 timeouts.
Sherwood's got Mitchell and Williams. Sherwood's going to keep the ball. And he gets back, maybe falls back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're even marking him back a half yard. It's going to bring up a second down and 11 for the Falcons. And they're going to spend the first of those 2 timeouts.
Yeah, but a 48-yarder from here. So you got to start to think, you know, looked like he had a pretty strong leg on the extra point as well as the field goal that they kicked. I got to assume going into the end of the half, they're probably going to be comfortable if he gets I'd say probably comfortable with another 7-8 yards. Coach wouldn't mind, Austintown probably wouldn't mind attempting a 40-41 yarder. You get outside of that, I'm going to start putting the guy back to return it.
52 seconds left to play in the first half. Harding with a furious comeback, 21 unanswered points after falling behind 10-0 early. Harding now leads at 21-10, but Fitch off of a personal foul on the last kickoff with excellent field position, and now they are threatening. They're knocking at the door at the Harding 31-yard line. It's second down and 11 as the offense makes its way back out onto the field.
Looking for some communication between the safeties and the corners. They got trips to the high side, single receiver down here. That could be a one-on-one matchup for Sherwood.
And Sherwood just back. Sherwood looking deep. He's going to bait out of the pocket, and Sherwood takes off running down to 20, gets it out of bounds at about the 21-yard line where it's going to be third down and about 1.
A smart move by the quarterback there. Maybe if it's mid-quarter, he tries to put a little shake on, get himself a couple extra yards. But smart play, getting out of bounds, able to preserve that last timeout with 41 seconds. And I would assume well within field goal range for the Austintown Falcons.
Third down and 1 at the Harding 21-yard line. 44 seconds left in the half. Williams sets up behind Sherwood. And the give is to Williams. Williams is going to get it ahead for the first down inside the 20 to about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. Let's call it the 18, where it's first and 10, Austintown Fitch.
Right back up to the line of scrimmage. Look for something play action here.
And he's going to clock it. Sherwood spikes the ball on 1st and 10, makes it 2nd down and 10, trying to save time so they can get a play in without using that timeout. They want to save that in case they're going to get that field goal unit on. You've got Smith and Evans up on top. They may be the receivers to watch. Sherwood rolls out to his right, looking in that corner. He had Mike Evans over there, led him just a little too far. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. Sorry, I keep saying Mike Evans. It's Tyler Evans. Tyler Evans.
Yes.
My apologies to young Mr. Evans. Tyler Evans over there. At any rate, it is 3rd down and 10. 26 seconds of play in the first half.
Look like the quarterback, Dallas Jet, running double duty tonight. Also has him out there as a corner on the coverage.
Again, you got Smith and Evans up there on top. He finds Cam Smith over the middle, and that's going to be a first down.
That's got to be an incomplete pass. There we go.
And that ball is ruled incomplete. It was trapped down there by Cam Smith. Smith gets up. Is he limping? No, just kind of tripping over himself a little bit. But at any rate, that brings up a 4th down and 10. 17 seconds to play. And here comes the field goal unit for the Fitch Falcons.
Looks like he's got a little bit of an angle here from the left hash. Going to be, what is that, about the 18, 28,
the 30,
call that 35-yard
35-yard attempt. Josiah Burney on for the 35-yard field goal attempt. 17 seconds to play in this first half. And Harding's going to use their final timeout of the first half to talk this over.
Well, overall, really can't say enough about this defense tonight. A few turnovers early, able to withstand that storm. You look at this last score, the kickoff, short kick, hit one of the upmen, recovered at the 40-yard line with an unfortunate 15-yard penalty, gave Fitch the ball on the Raider 45-yard line with about 3 minutes or so left and 2 timeouts. Really only gave up about 15, 20 yards on this drive. Gonna set the Falcons up for a decent attempt at a field goal. 35 yards is nothing to sneeze at in high school. So once again, a big hats off to this defense for holding strong and keeping the Raiders in the game early and holding Fitch out of the end zone.
So once again, the Fitch field goal unit takes the field. Josiah Burney on to attempt a 35-yarder late in the first half. And that kick is up, and it is good. And that will make the score Harding 21, Austintown Fitch 13, with 13 seconds to play here in the first half.
Well, big score there for the Falcons. Get yourself within at least a 1-score game here, 8 points, the touchdown plus the 2-point conversion. Really what they wanted to do. Didn't want to go in to halftime down double digits, down 2 scores to this explosive Harding team that's going to get the ball back to start the second half.
And can't stress it enough, I think you better be wary of an onside kick right here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some of the issues in the past. I think Coach Arnold, if you've looked, I think every time we've sent the kickoff team out there, that's the hands team. That is not the traditional some of the more meatier guys, up front to set those blocks. That is definitely a hands team that he has set out there every time. So they've seen something in films where they know that Austintown is willing to do it, and they know that it's been their Achilles heel through the year. Whether it's the onside kick or it's protecting the kicker on those extra points. Coaches know that it's been their Achilles heel all year, been working on it, and this is just another example of having that hands team out there just ready for anything that the kickoff team is willing to throw at them.
And you look and see where the return men for Harding are set up right around the, just inside the 20. And you know this young man for Fitch can get that ball back there deep, but they're setting up for something short. Squib kick, onside, little pooch kick. Now they're going to set back a little bit.
Yeah, to kind of read that kickoff team, see what they're doing, but in no way do I think Fitch wants to put the ball deep into any of our return men's hands.
And again, the squib kick. That is taken by Tayshawn Wallace over there. Wallace takes it out to about the 43-yard line. 9 seconds left to play.
And we'll see what they try to do here. You got the ball about 55 yards out, 54 yards out. I assume Austintown's going to take all their DBs, set them back around the 10-5-yard line. But you can maybe hit something underneath to one of your wide receivers. Let them use their athleticism. You might find him in the end zone here with 9 seconds left.
So Harding will have the ball 1st and 10 at their 43 with 9 seconds to play in the half. They have a 21-13 lead. And it looks like they're just going to sit up and take a knee and run this half out. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So Warren Harding, falling behind early, 10-0, gives up a late field goal, but goes into the locker rooms at halftime with a 21-13 lead. And the Raiders will get the ball to start the second half. Two outstanding bands coming up. The Fitch Band, the traditional military-style band, always a good halftime show, followed up by your Raider marching band. So Eddie and I will be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll bring in the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you the 2021-2022 Austintown Fitch Marching Band. The band is led onto the field by Senior Drum Major Jocelyn Sullivan, Junior Drum Major Madison Sheffield, Flag Line Captain Laura Spundy, Rifle Line Captains Kristen Yeager and Chloe Baraducci, Color Guard Captains Cassidy Claypool and Kaylin Tamolo, Drumline Captains Ariana Bortmas and Baron Pachaska. The band steps off and will patrol the field to a popular march standard. Here is the American Patrol. this summer in Tokyo. Featuring our flag and rifle lines, here is Some of the Heroes by John Williams.
He'll come back from the room now, so he looked at his phone and said, "10 o'clock is closed." I thought they were open. In the COVID era, nobody worked. You barely stay up at 8 hours. Once they have food delivery.
And now, the Austintown tradition continues with the color guard presentation of the American flag as the band concludes with our national march, the Stars and Stripes, the Red. Fitch Band would like to thank everyone for their continued support. Best of luck to Coach Parker and the Falcon football team in the second half. And congratulations on an outstanding regular season. And lastly, good luck to Michaela Eisenberg and the entire Raider marching band as you take the field. Get on your feet and make some noise for your Varsity Raider Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present the 2021 Raider Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Rico and Heather Cerny. Our major and instructors are Marissa Love and Gabby Jones. Blackline instructors, Celeste Harris. Percussion instructors are Brian Younger and Jordan Pringle. The band is led onto the field by field commanders Brandon Keene, Lorena Ramsey, Olivia Dunning, head drummer Carson Peterson. The Raider Band is proud to present our 2021 show titled, We Like It, as we feature a variety of hit songs that we know you'll enjoy. Our opening song is widely popular with marching bands all across the country. We hope you like our version of the Chicago hit, 25 or 6 to 4. The Raider Band is on the move with this Latin-inspired 2018 hit that Rolling Stone called the Song of the Summer, featuring Cardi B. Here is I Like It. Up next, we feature the Raider Majorette line to a 2017 hit by the artist Lizzo. Here is Water Me. The Raider Band would like to thank Austintown Fitch Falcons for performing tonight, and especially a big thank you to you for being a wonderful audience tonight. Now join us as we cheer on our Raiders.
Here are over 40 men that believed in that warm spirit and reached their ultimate goal of playing professional football. From the Warren G. Harding Panthers, Bill Collar, Joseph Carroll, David Arnold, Tyrone Hicks, Greg Zachariah, Travis Davis, and NFL Hall of Famer, Paul Phil. From the Warren Western Reserve Raiders, Russ Browner, Jimmy Browner, Joey Browner, Keith Browner, Aaron Brown, Vanessa Brandon, Myron Elsie, Aaron Kelson, Vanessa McCree, Elvie Birch, and Mark Brandon.
And welcome back to the nearly 500 or so of you out there tuning in. We're happy to have you here with us. Hope you've enjoyed the ball game. A lot of fireworks in that first half. Once again, Harding, the Raiders, starting out on the short end of a 10-0 score, roared back with 21 unanswered points before giving up a late half field goal to the Fitch Falcons. Harding will get the ball to start the second half on top of this contest, 21-13. Tom Burr along with Eddie Colbert once again. And ready to get the second half underway, Ed.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good things from the Raiders as a team. You know, you saw the offense come in with that explosion of 21 points there in the second quarter, and being able to overcome that 10-0 deficit. Saw great things from the defense. Those points were a product of the defense and some turnovers, but being able to hold Fitch out as well. You know, we saw some great defense being played on number 4. Number 2, Devin Sherwood. You can tell the kid's got some speed, he's got some quickness, but they've been able to keep him in check all night long. Always talk about the fact that halftime is always about adjustments. So we will see what the Austintown team and what our Raiders team have done to be able to complete this second half. Raiders going to be up by 8 points, going to get the ball back. They haven't really tested anything deep yet with those 2 big threats in Dom Foster and Tyreek Ivory. Look for them to get something maybe right off bat, take a shot. If they see that single coverage down there, Dallas Jet might take a shot as soon as we come out on the first play, just to see if they can stretch that defense a little bit. Powell and Dallas Jet, with that offensive line, were able to control this game in the second quarter going forward with just domination of the front line of scrimmage there. Look for Austintown to stack that box, try to take away the run option from them, but not another good option if they want us to go to the air, because we've seen what this team's been able to do all year through the passing game.
Josiah Burney getting set to kick it away for Fitch. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, the return team for Harding needs to be on its toes right here.
Yeah, I talked about it in the first quarter. Looks like they've got the hands team out there again.
And there's that hard squib, and that's scooped up by, once again, Tajon Wallace gets the ball out to the 45-yard line. So Harding is going to have excellent field position to start this second half. 1st and 10 at their 45-yard line.
Yeah, they know what happens when you kick it deep. Got 2 guys back that are easily able to take it back to the house on any given play. So they're trying to kick that ball short, but you know the other side of that is, you know, Raiders starting with the ball on the 45-yard line.
Dallas Jet leading that offense onto the field, and looks like Foster, Ivory, and Red are all down here on the left. Ryan Powell in that backfield to Jet's right. There's the snap to Jet, and I don't think anybody was ready for that one.
You know, Jet fumbled one of those shotgun snaps in the first half. I think that was the Raiders' first turnover on downs. Hate to see you come out of the second half out of that halftime. Kind of not on the same page there. Luckily, they're going to get another chance.
I think he was lucky that snap went right into the breadbasket, because he was looking at the sidelines when that ball was snapped. At any rate, it is 1st down and 15 off the procedure penalty. So we're going to try this one again. I see Kanye Red and Dom Foster going up on top. Tyreek Ivory is down here in the slot on the left. Jet rolls out to his right, and he finds, looks like Foster over there on the sidelines, and that ball is out of bounds, so that's not a catch. Actually, that was Kanye Red on that catch.
You know, something that we're seeing in this game here, and we saw a little bit of it in the Cheney game as well as the Mooney game. Dallas Jet, for his career here, which has just been this year, he's been basically a drop-back, 3 to 5 step drop-back passer. You're now seeing them getting him out on the edge, using that athleticism, really challenging those corners and outside linebackers to make a decision. Right now, it's just him gathering his feet, get planted to make that good throw.
2nd down and 15. Pass gets out into the flat. That is picked up over there. We try and catch a number on that one. I think that might be, that was Kanye Red out there, and kept his footing enough to make something positive out of that. And it looks like we're going to cramp up a little bit on that play. That low toss, Red had to go down after it, and Forge was able to keep his feet and get a few yards, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 from the 47-yard line.
You know, while we've got a little break in the action, I want to shout out to, as we always do, to the people not only here in Warren in the state, but across the country, for the world, that fact, that are tuning in to WSCN and being able to watch this Raider game on a live broadcast. I know I got my buddy out there, Jamal Franklin, listening in. Want to give him a shout out. Hope he's enjoying the game as well as the rest of Raider Nation. Thank you for tuning in to WSCN. Just an amazing production put on by the faculty and students here at Harding to produce these games.
I got my brother, older brother Joe out there in Sun City, Arizona, tuning in tonight, as he usually does when we're on the air. I saw a viewer from Florida on that chat list. 3rd down and 8, and Jet drops back. He's looking over to the right, over the middle. He finds Dom Foster. Oh, and Foster can't quite hang on to that one. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 8, and that's kind of what the Falcons were looking for to start this half. That's a 3 and out for the Raiders.
You know, we talked about, you know, Jet for the first, 9 games, or I'd say 7 games of the year, strictly just a straight back drop pass, finding the sidelines, letting his receivers go up on those 50-50 balls. Now you're seeing, as we start to get closer to the playoffs, kind of expanding his game, being able to use that athleticism, get him to the outside there. Now it's just getting his feet planted, getting in a good throwing position to make good throws. But Dallas Jet on the corners is dangerous.
Jake Doherty in for the punt. That's a line drive kick. Tyler Evans is going to field that about the 23-yard line. Breaks through 1 tackle, out past the 40, out to about the 45-yard line. And now Fitch is going to have good field position to start their second half offensive series.
1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Fitch is going to end up starting. We talk about the importance of getting that ball at halftime, trying to go down there, put a couple more points on the board, maybe put yourself back in a game, maybe put that game out of reach. Fitch able to withstand the first punch that Harding threw coming out of halftime. Now they're going to end up with the ball in good position on their own 45-yard line, down 8 points.
Devin Sherwood at quarterback. DJ Williams lines up behind him. And Williams is going to get the call at the middle, and he's going to get stacked up and maybe lose a yard on that play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down 11 as he gets pushed back on that carry.
CJ Williams, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore running back out of Fitch. I think the first time we called his name tonight, but we talk about, these legacy teams like Fitch and Harding always have a stable of running backs ready to go for the next year.
2nd down, a little more than 10 yards to go. Williams in motion. Coming down this sideline. And that ball is caught by number 13, Jaden Eli. And that'll be a 1st down, Austintown Fitch.
Saw Dukes on the coverage there. We talked in the first half when Boss had that interception, was able to get his head turned around. You saw the opposite on that. Dukes was not able to get his head turned around. Back shoulder throw to the receiver there for a pretty decent gain. Going to put it inside the 30-yard line of the Raiders.
And now Fitch on the move at the Raider 29-yard line, and that's the handoff to Williams. Williams trying to get outside. He's going to lose yardage on that play. Wasn't able to get to the corner.
The defense really sinking their teeth into this 3-4 style defense, being able to send that safety or that linebacker in off that blitz, really closing down the outside and taking away the speed that Fitch has been trying to use all night long.
2nd down and 14 as that ball gets pushed back to the 33-yard line. Three main receivers for Fitch down here on the right. Sherwood back, looking deep over the middle for Evans. And Evans with a diving grab inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Austintown. And the Falcons are back in it.
One-on-one coverage out there with Wallace. Wallace looked like he could have had a play on the ball. I'm not sure if maybe he lost it up in the lights there. Really thought he was going to have an opportunity to make a play on that ball. Ended up with a great gain for the Fitch Falcons here inside the 5-yard line.
There's a handoff to Williams up the middle. And Williams is going to move the pile into the end zone. And Fitch draws first blood here in the second half. And it is a 21-19 ball game, extra point pending.
Talk about halftime adjustments. Raiders came out first play after halftime. Miscommunication, center snapped the ball. Luckily, like you said, hit Dallas Jet in the breadbasket. That could have been a turnover. But starting out with that 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10 kind of puts your offense with their backs against the wall. Weren't able to overcome it. Decent return by the punt team, brings it out to the 45. One pass.
And Fitch looking for two to try to tie this game up.
Yeah.
Sherwood looking right, tosses it into the end zone, and that ball is caught once again by Ely, and we have a tied ball game at 21.
Sherwood under a lot of pressure, threw that jump ball up there. Receiver was able to go up high point that ball, come down with it, 1 foot in the end zone, all you need in high school. And we've got a brand new game here with 9-10 left, tied up 21 all.
Your score, Austintown 21, Warren 21. It's a great feeling to have team members you know.
And after that dominating second quarter by Warren Harding, we now have a tie ball game at 21 with 9:10 to play in the third quarter. And as we said in the first half, Austintown Fitch is not going to go away quietly.
No, these teams have a lot of pride. 2 different counties, but the teams know each other very well on the schedule basically every year. These guys know each other, and with the advent of social media, they're all interacting with each other. So there's some ribbon, that goes back and forth. But all these games in the Valley are about pride, and that's what's kind of built up these teams like the Ursulines and the Moonies of the past, and Fitch and Harding. It is a tradition, and a great tradition of hard-nosed football that's been played here between Mahoning and Trumbull counties for decades.
Foster and Ivory are set back deep. Austintown Fitch has squibbed every kick so far tonight. Don't really look for them to do anything different here. They don't want to put it in the hands of the deep backs. Looking for an easy turnover. And there's a little pooch kick to the middle of the field. That's fielded at the 25-yard line. And that's broken loose out to about the 45. So again, that little pooch kick gives Harding excellent field position. That was number 34 on that reception. Braylon Dyson makes some good yardage on that return.
Yeah, Braylon Dyson really one tackle away from finding the opening there, maybe taking that the whole way. One of the other issues with kicking that ball short is it's almost like from the line of scrimmage. A lot of times if you can beat that middle linebacker, you're off to the races. Well, it's the same thing with some of these pooch kicks that you're seeing here. Not only is it an opportunity for the big return, but also sets your opponent up with a short field here with at their own 45-yard line.
Johnny Taylor, Kanye Red going up on top. You've got Ivory and Foster down here on the bottom. That's Foster in motion. Jet's going to keep that one, and he is going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. Looks like one of those interior linemen just kind of shot through there and submarined it and cut the legs off of Dallas Jet on that keeper.
Yeah, Dallas Jet is another one. We talk about Sherwood over on the other side. Sherwood on the other side with his elusiveness and quickness and athleticism. You've got the same thing on the other side of the ball here, but give this Fitch defense credit, been able to shut him down most of the night.
Jet drops back. He's got a man over the middle. And this time it's caught by Kanye Red. That's going to be a 1st down out to about the 37-yard line of Austintown Fitch.
Kanye Red coming across on that post there. Offensive line giving Dallas Jet enough time to sit back there, go through his progressions. Found him over the middle, hit him with a strike for a nice gain there. Really like to see, this is when this team can get dangerous. We know what they can do on the outsides. When they start using the middle of the field, and you always have that threat of the deep ball on the outside, that opens up this offense.
Ryan Powell sets up to the right of Dallas Jet. There's Ivory on the end around, but Fitch had that one sniffed out, and that's going to wind up being a 4-yard loss.
Number 24, Tyreek Ivory, end around.
Looked like they were going back to...
and it looks like Ivory's slow to get up over there.
Is that Ivory?
Injury time.
Yeah, that's...
I think it is.
Yeah, you could tell with kind of how, the gang tackle came there. Looked like an awkward position for him. His body kind of got twisted going down there, but I think I see Ivory down here. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
20?
Yeah, no, that's
24. Is that? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, no, that's not Tyreek Ivory. I'm not sure who's down up there. Tyreek Ivory's back in the huddle over here.
Well, a lot of times
I assumed it was. That was without the ball carrier over there, but we'll see who that was.
Well, you know what you see when you get those big gang tackles like that. You know, you got guys. They're around the pile. They're not trying to pile on, not trying to get that excessive penalty. 15 yards, and you get around that pile, and bodies are flying, and legs are swinging, and you end up getting caught up. And it could be an ankle, it could be a leg, back of the knee, but really got to be careful around those piles. Always keeping your head on a swivel until you hear the whistle.
So an injury timeout with 7:46 to play. That looks like one of the linemen possibly there. That's who was down on that. 63.
So that's Fred Washington, sophomore.
Okay, so one of the linemen out there got a little twisted up in that pile. He's walking off under his own power. Harding set to bring the offense back out in the field. 7:46 to play in this third quarter. We are tied at 21, and it is 2nd down and 14. The ball at the Fitch 42-yard line. Johnny Taylor up on top. You've got Red, Foster, and Ivory down here on the near side. Dallas Jet drops back to pass. He's looking over here to the left. He's got a lot of time back there. Finally gets it off. That ball is complete at the 30-yard line. That's going to bring about a 3rd down and 2. Looks like he's got it's Johnny Taylor coming across.
One of the things I really liked about Dallas Jet from the day I saw him go under center, he's obviously got the athletic ability to be able to just tuck it and run, but he is a pass-first quarterback. There is no question. He is a pass-first quarterback. You see it on this play. You're talking 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of quarterbacks at that point would have tucked, used their athletic ability to get upfield. He stayed in the pocket, let his receivers break open for a nice gain down here to give him a manageable 3rd and 2.
Dallas Jet's going to keep this one. Pounds it ahead. He's going to be close to the first down. He might be just a little bit short, it looks like. It's going to be a 4th down and a short 1 yard.
I got to assume, even if this is short, this is definitely 4-down territory for him.
Credit Johnny Taylor in that last pass reception, too, helping his quarterback out, getting across the field, and making himself available.
The quarterback and the linemen are doing their job to keep this play alive. Obviously, the receivers got to do their part. You see your quarterback scrambling. You got to break your routes off, start to funnel your way back to the quarterback, and then you start to mirror them wherever they go.
4th down and 1. Quarterback keeper, and that pile moves ahead. That's going to be a 1st down. Harding inside the 30-yard line of Austintown Fitch. That spot looks to be up around the 27. 1st and 10, Harding. 6:09 to play in the third quarter.
The big plays are nice to see. The big plays obviously get you in position, but those right there, those type of plays right there, those are purpose plays. That is telling you can't stop us. You know what we're doing. We're coming at you, but you cannot stop us. Enforce your will onto the other team, and that's exactly what these front 5 have been doing all night long.
There's the handoff to Ryan Powell. Powell through the line of scrimmage. Powell at 15. Powell inside the 10. It's 1st and goal, Harding.
Once again, offensive line opening up those holes for the running back. Powell, he's been the ball carrier all night in the backfield. He's been able to break off chunks like that pretty much all night long at will.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Johnny Taylor, Dom Foster up on top. And there's a handoff up the middle. Powell again. Powell drives that pile up to about the 5-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and goal. And again, Ryan Powell, big 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore for Harding. Could be a sign of things to come for this offense with that young man back there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you see he's got the vision and he's got the patience at a young age. Once again, you're watching. He's taking some high hits, though. Really want to see him bring the last run, not this last play, the play before he had that safety one-on-one. And you're either going to juke him or lower that pad level and punish him. Make him think twice about tackling you.
Powell one more time, and Powell drives that inside, and Powell gets over the goal line. It is touchdown, Warren Harding.
Exactly what we needed right there. Fitch came down, did what they needed to do, come back and tie the game up. Harding absorbed that blow and came back with a drive of their own, almost the exact same thing, started at their 45-yard line. You know, a nice little mix of pass and run, no penalties, drove the ball down the field.
Doherty in for the extra point. High snap, and there's a low kick and blocked, and not the thing you wanted to see right there in a tight ball game.
It's been an issue this year. Our extra points, whether they be blocked or some problems handling the snap, it's been an issue all year. Something that they're going to have to fix before they go into next week. These points are very crucial. Find yourself now in a 6-point game. Falcons get the ball, they go back. An extra point's going to give them the lead. We find ourselves now in a position of probably needing to go for 2 to try to extend that out. You end up missing some of those. You just fall further and further back of extending that lead, and it keeps the other team in the game. So something that obviously, this next week before we head into the playoffs, something that I assume you usually spend some of your last moments of practice going over your special teams. I got to assume going into next week, there's going to be some special emphasis specifically on the field goal team to be able to provide the protection that Jake needs back there, as well as making sure we can handle that exchange between the long snapper and the holder.
Very reminiscent of the first half. Fitch came out and scored. Harding looked a little lackluster on that opening series. Fitch drove the field, scored. It just seemed to light a fire under the Raiders when that happens. We'll see if the defense responds the same way they did in the first half.
Oh, absolutely. When you're down there, if you're an offense guy, defensive guy, you see the offense doing something, you want to make sure you're not the weak link in the chain. So it causes that defense to step up. Same thing with the offense. They see the defense out there making stops. It kind of motivates you to, get in tune and get things going.
Doherty, a little squib kick that's fielded at the 35-yard line. Number 21, CJ Schisler picks that ball up, gets it out to about the 42, 43-yard line where Fitch will set up 1st and 10.
Nice open field tackle there by Kanye Red. As they teach you, going low, taking the legs out of the defender. But once again, those short kicks leave a short field for the offense.
1st and 10 Fitch at their own 43-yard line.
Look, we got an official's timeout while they get the chains right. We got a second.
Chains are kind of going the wrong way here. There we go. Get that other. There we go.
Tom, want to take a second, give another shout out to another friend of mine out there watching, Ensley Thomas with his family, Chanel and his father Ensley, and want to thank them for tuning into the game. Hope they're enjoying it.
Ensley, former bowler of mine. Hope you're doing well, Ensley. We miss you at the lanes. There's the handoff up the middle. That was number 10, Tyree Mitchell on that carry. He picks up about 5 on that. 2nd down and 5. Nice run up the middle by Tyree Mitchell for the Fitch Falcons. Brings up 2nd down and 5, 4:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. And again, it's Mitchell up the middle, picks up another couple. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. That gets that ball out to the 50 on that carry.
They got an interesting position here. You're 3rd and 3. Harding's been able, that defense has really been able to shut off the outsides. The middle is where they've seen their success in the running game. We'll see even if for Fitch, if this is 4-down territory for them.
3rd and 3. Sherwood drops back the pass. He's going to keep it. Breaks out of the pocket. He's going to get the 1st down and more. Out to the 40. Gets it out of bounds at about the 38-yard line of Warren Harding.
Yeah, a lot of poise there by Sherwood. Drops back, goes through his progressions, doesn't see anything he likes, but he got that defense to kind of collapse into the middle there. Opened up the right-hand side for him. Didn't need to tell him twice. Used his legs, got out there, and picked up that 1st down into Raider territory.
And now Austintown Fitch on the move. They're at the Harding 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Sherwood back to pass, looking over the middle. He's forced out of the pocket again. He finds number 22, Dominic Perry, over the middle, and that's another Fitch first down.
Now Fitch getting a little momentum themselves here on the offensive side with a nice balance of run pass here. Quarterback being able to use his legs as well to contribute to this drive. But nice drive being put together right now by Fitch as they're deep into the Raider territory.
1st and 10 at the Raider 29-yard line. There's the handoff to Mitchell up the middle, and this time Mitchell gets stacked up. He gets a gain of maybe 2 down to the 27, brings up a 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons. 2:50 to play in the third quarter.
I think a big name of the game in this second half is going to be control, is holding on to the ball. I think you saw combined 6 turnovers in the first half by each team that led to scores on both sides.
There's a pass. He finds Evans out at the 20. Evans makes one. Nope, not quite a miss, but still on his feet. Gets it down about the 17-yard line, and that is going to be another Austintown Fitch first down at the Harding 17-yard line.
You know, interesting. Austintown's been trying to hit the sidelines with their runs, trying to break outside, but Harding's been keeping contained. So what you do is you start running those screens, and they end up just being like extended long sweeps.
There's the pitch out to Mitchell. Mitchell's met at the line of scrimmage. There's no gain on that play, and Harding just shutting down that outside running game.
No, once again, I like. I'm not going to say that this is your traditional 3-4 defense. You know, it looks like what they're doing is they're fluctuating that safety up and down depending on what they see the play, but that's putting them in a position to be able to shoot a blitzer in there to either side and really been able to take off that outside run.
And that's Mitchell up the middle. Mitchell's going to get ahead for about 6 yards on that play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 down around the 12-yard line.
This is where Sherwood gets real dangerous down here with his ability to run the ball, and he's shown the patience to stand in the pocket and wait for a receiver to break open.
And there's, I think, a little encroachment on the defense. That's going to make things a little bit easier for that Fitch offense. It's going to give them it's going to be awful close to a first down on that penalty.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 4. 5-yard penalty should give them that first down inside the 10-yard line.
That's going to give Austintown Fitch a 1st and goal at the Harding 7-yard line with 1:01 to play in the third quarter, and Harding clinging to a 27-21 lead at the moment.
Looks like you've got man coverage on all 3 receivers here. See if they bring a blitz to put some pressure on Sherwood.
And there's the give to Mitchell up the middle, and there is nothing there for Tyree Mitchell.
I think they've transferred. I think they've transitioned back, if I saw that right, into a traditional 4-man front there.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and goal.
Tyree Mitchell gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It is 2nd and goal to 7. And again, it falls on this Harding defense to stiffen up with their backs against the wall once more. Winding down the third quarter.
I don't think they've got to run a play. I think the play clock's about a second in front of the game clock, so they're going to take it into the fourth quarter.
Fitch is going to let the third quarter run out. They're going to have the ball 2nd and goal at the Raiders 7. With Harding on top at the moment, 27-21. We've got a quarter left to play in the regular season for 2021.
Tom, we got a quick break here in between the quarters, and I want to take a second to make an acknowledgement. Yesterday, I was able to go with my wife, Amanda Colbert, up to the Cleveland Browns game last night. On Monday, we received a call from the Browns telling her that they were going to award her Parent of the Year from the Cleveland Browns. I want to take a minute just to, on behalf of myself and honestly our community, from coaching the robotics team to PTA to being the city's cake lady to the kids that she takes back and forth to practice, and just everything that, you know, she's done for the community and continues to do, not only for our children, but for the children of this city. Just so proud of her and thankful that she got that recognition from the Cleveland Browns. And, you know, from myself, I want to tell her I love you, proud of you. Myself and the kids don't know what we would do without you. But from on behalf of myself, you know, in our community, just want to give a major shout out to Amanda Colbert, the Cleveland Browns 2021 Parent of the Year.
It's quite the honor for your family, and again, putting a little bit of light on our community as well. Congratulations on that. Well earned, well deserved.
Thank you.
Second and goal, Austintown Fitch at the Harding 7-yard line as we open up this fourth quarter. We've got a tight one. And that's up the middle to Mitchell. Mitchell breaks into the 5-yard line down to about the 2, where it's going to be third and goal.
Carries the ball over the left side. Brought down by number 6, Evan Ball.
Going to bring this to about the 2-yard line on a third down. The way Fitch has been running the ball, I got to assume that this is 4 down to up there. That's going to be a false start. It's going to back them up.
Or did Harding's defensive player not
Looks
get
like
off
they
the
didn't
field?
get him off the field, but they weren't watching that. They were down there and watching. I think what was happening is I think Fitch saw that, tried to get that play off quick before he got off the field, but unfortunately the communication wasn't there for the lineman. That's going to end up in a 5-yard penalty for Fitch.
So the procedure call against Fitch backs the ball up to the 8-yard line where it's third and goal.
Third down, defense.
Now you give them a little bit more room here. Obviously you want to have the ball at the 2, but you know, moving this ball back to the 7 opens up more things. Very difficult to try to find open receivers with 22 people in a small area.
Evans up there in the slot. You've got Smith down here. Sherwood rolls out to his right. He's being chased down. Sherwood's going to turn the corner.
He's short. Oh.
And they're going to call him in. Must have caught the pylon down there. And that is a touchdown, Austintown Fitch. And we are tied at 27, awaiting the extra point.
Sherwood's been contained most of the night, and in a normal circumstance would have had him there using the sideline, but only needed 7 yards, able to use his athleticism, get out there, use that speed, dive for the pylon. We've got a tie ball game pending the extra point.
Josiah Burney on for the extra point. And that kick is up and good. And for the first time since midway through the second quarter, Austintown Fitch is back on top at 28-27 with 11:06 to play in this ball game.
You see Sherwood ran out to the right side, checked for a receiver, but I think he already knew in his head if he saw the opening, he was going to dash for that pylon. Ended up working out 27-28 with 11:06 left here in the regular season.
And Molotov Stadium has been no stranger to barn burners this season.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them. We've seen a lot of them. You go back to that Maslin game that we thought was going to be a running clock, and Harding stuck in there and fought to the end, gave themselves an opportunity at the end, unable to come up just a little bit short. The next week, the back and forth with Ursuline up and down the field. I mean, almost, I believe, 100 points scored in that game. Overall, just back and forth, just a track up and down the field. What we're looking for in this game right here, as we don't look past this game, but with an eye on the playoffs, is we've seen their ability to get back into games. We've seen their ability to run up scores, but what we've yet to see is their ability to hold on to a lead and finish out a game. That's what we're looking for here with 11:06 left, down by 1.
Josiah Burney getting set to put the ball in play for Fitch. This is an onside kick.
And he let it go.
And that is going to be Fitch football at the Raider 42-yard line. We've been calling for that all night long, and this time it comes out.
Looks like there might have been some confusion. I mean, we talked all night. It seemed that this is the hands team that is on the field, so we know they had to be thinking onside kick all night long. It comes there, and it just seemed like the ball, there was a player there that just kind of watched the ball go past him. I'm not sure if maybe he thought that ball was going to carry him out of bounds or not, but these are live. Any kickoff is a live ball. You have to get on that ball.
And you can almost say those onside kicks, that is an Austintown Fitch specialty. They run those to perfection. They caught Harding on those last year. And it is first and 10, Fitch at the Harding 44-yard line. They're going to have to spend a timeout on that. Somebody late getting out in there. Dominic Perry trying to get into position late. Fitch is going to have to burn a timeout.
Even Fitch was surprised they recovered the or they recovered the onside kick. Obviously, offense not ready to go back out on the field. You know, mistakes like that, both sides. You know, the mistake by Harding with the turnover there is essentially a turnover, and then Fitch having to burn that timeout here in the fourth quarter, up 1 point, could be something that later in this game comes into it to be a factor.
First and 10, Fitch. And there was a quick pass looking for Ely over there. Overthrew him. It's going to be second down and 10.
Looked like that was Kanye Red came screaming in from his cornerback position. Maybe I think he came up from the safety position. Make a play on that ball. Like to really see that aggressiveness out there. You know, you get a turnover like that on that, and it embarrasses you. It makes you mad. Could light a fire under this defense.
Second down and 10 at the Raider 44-yard line. That's a handoff up the middle to Williams. Williams drags a pile up to about the 40, gets about 4 yards off of that. That's going to bring up a third down and 6 for Austintown Fitch. And what should be a big defensive stand for Harding right now.
Yeah, big play for the defense right now. Really want to try to get off the field here. Don't want to let them get in field goal range and make this a touchdown game. Want to keep this a 1-point game, get the offense back on the field, get down there, take some time off the clock, and get the lead back.
Third down and 6.
Here comes the blitz.
Sherwood drops back. He gets it out to Williams. Williams is going to be a yard short of the first down, it looks like. Gets down to the 35-yard line. It is going to be fourth down and 1 for the Austintown Fitch Falcons.
You saw Ivory 24 coming from his safety position on the near side on that blitz. Quarterback was able to identify that from the line of scrimmage and attack the blitz, threw it right from where it came from. Gave themselves a fourth and manageable here. Big play here with 10:17 left in the fourth.
Fourth down and 1 at the Harding 35-yard line.
Watch the hard count. Be disciplined.
Handoff up the middle. And Williams is going to pound that ahead for a Fitch first down. He gets it down to about the 33-yard line, and that's enough for a first and 10 for Austintown Fitch.
It looks like Fitch has got a lineman down. Running back came in hard. Might have caught one of his linemen in the back there as he was fighting forward for that first down.
.10-11 to play in the ball game. Fitch with a 28-27 lead. This drive set up by a successful onside kick after their last touchdown score. They're going to have a fresh set of downs, first and 10 at the Raider 32. Once we get this injury timeout out of the way, waiting to see what's going on down there. Looks like the young man is getting up. That's number 72 for the Fitch Falcons.
Looks like that is Chris King. I think we called his name earlier tonight. I think he was the legal man downfield on that pass play there, but good to see the young man up off the field. Hopefully we see him back here in the game later here in the fourth quarter.
Fitch returns to the field. Clock is set in motion once again. 1st and 10. Raider 32-yard line. 10 minutes to play in the ball game.
See those trips up there. This is where they like to go deeper, hit that screen.
And that's going to be handoff up the middle to Williams once again. Williams gets it inside the 30. Pick up about 3 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Carries the ball inside the 30. That's number 52.
Bring up here a 2nd and 7. Yeah, the clock's still winding. You're down under 9 minutes here. Plenty of time left. You just got to do your job right now. You know, you want to try to hold them out of the end zone. You know, they're in 4-down territory here. I don't see them kicking a field goal from here, so I see them going for it. But if you can hold them to a field goal at this point, that's a win for the defense.
Sherwood drops back. He's got time back there. He's got a man open at the 5. He's got Evans at the 5, and that is a touchdown. Austintown Fitch with 9:07 to play.
A lot of patience by Sherwood back there. Offensive line gives him a lot of time. You see him in the shotgun there. He steps back. I mean, he's got 3, 4, 5 seconds to throw this ball here. Difficult for those corners to try to keep coverage that long. Receiver did his job, broke loose. Sherwood was able to find him for the quick 6. Trying to put Austintown now up 8 points.
Kick is up, it is good, and it is a 35-27 Austintown Fitch lead with 9:07 to play.
You know, you bring the guys over to the huddle right here, you tell them, calm down, don't panic. We've got the ability to score 5 times in 9 minutes. So you go back, nothing, you know, you don't get out of sorts here, stick to what works for you. You know you've got the threats on the outside, you know your offensive line has been able to open up holes for that running game. Play your game. A nice, methodical drive, balance, pass and run, get down the field, chew up some time off this clock, get your score, and I assume at this point you're obviously going to go for 2. But you can't take too much time off because you got to make sure that you've got something left. If you don't get that 2-point conversion, you're going to want to make sure you leave that defense some time to make a stop to get the offense back on the field. So you've got some time, but we do need to see a little bit of sense of urgency out of the offense just in case when they score, they don't get that 2-point conversion. They're going to need the ball back to be able to possibly put Jake Doherty in position to win this game late here in the 4th quarter.
And we'll say it one more time. You're going to have to be on your toes with this kickoff. You cannot afford, if you're Warren Harding, you cannot afford to give Fitch another crack at the ball without your offense getting on the field.
No, absolutely. And don't be surprised if Fitch doesn't have another trick up their sleeve here. I see a lot of space on the far side from the hash mark to the 50-yard line.
That's where they got it the last time.
Well, you look at the difference. Look at the near side.
And he's
there
going for it again.
That ball's short.
That's not going to make it.
Short.
That's not going to make it. That didn't make the 50-yard line. And there's a break for Harding. It's going to give them excellent field position.
Yeah, you can see it from up here, though. You can see that front line. You see the near side. They're about 3-4 yards from the sideline. But on the far side there, you've got your end guy basically by the hash mark, giving up all that territory, you know, from the hash mark over to the sideline. That's where Fitch exploited the first time. And as you see here, they went back to the same thing, just got a little greedy by about 4 or 5 yards. Even if they would have recovered it, I think that's called a legal procedure when the ball doesn't go that far. So Harding is going to start out with excellent field position here at about the 43-yard line of the Falcon of the Austintown Falcons.
So Harding, 1st and 10, Fitch 43-yard line. There's a man in motion. Dallas Jet's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to get about 3 on that play down to the 40. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. We're at the 9-minute mark to go in the ball game.
Looks like we got
another Fitch Falcon player is down. Clock will stop for the injury timeout.
You know, interesting. I've seen, you know, bread and butter, you know, for I'd say, what, the past 7-8 years, that jet sweep. and you've seen them kind of run either that direct draw up the middle or almost a counter play off of that jet sweep. I actually haven't seen them actually run the jet sweep yet tonight.
There's been it's appeared in name only, but that end around coming through there has not gotten the ball on that play yet.
Well, you assume up top here, the offensive coordinators and their spotters, they're watching those ends and the outside linebackers to see how they react as they bring that guy in motion pass. Football guys, you know it. You see it when it's coming. You see that guy coming in motion. He's coming at a little quicker pace than just somebody, in a pattern, and you can kind of almost see that jet sweep developing. And I guarantee you, the spotters up top here, they're watching those ends. They're watching the outside linebackers to see what their reaction is. And the fact that they haven't ran the jet sweep tells me the defensive ends and the outside linebackers are staying at home, so they're trying to exploit the middle. The moment that they see those defensive ends start to crash down, that's when you're going to see that handoff go, and hopefully nobody's home outside, and we got a track meet up the sideline.
8:53 to go in the ball game. We've got an injury timeout. There's a Fitch player down the field. We're not sure who that is yet. Looks like can't tell if they're stretching out a leg down there or not, but the player is still down. Looks like they're helping him up now. Try and get a number for you on that.
I think that's 27. That is Noah Thomas, sophomore. 5'8", 195 linebacker.
27, Noah Thomas.
Harding brings their offense back out in the field. It is 2nd down and 7 at the Fitch 40-yard line. Harding in need of a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this one up again.
Yeah, no question. With the kind of field position Harding started this drive out with, looking for some points here, absolutely.
Jet's going to roll out to his right. He's under some pressure, gets the pass off. It's going to get out of bounds. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Tyreek Irie was in the neighborhood, but I think Jet was just kind of getting rid of that ball to avoid a sack at that point.
Yeah, still a lot of time left. You got 8:40. Clock stopped, obviously, on that incomplete pass. Harding still has all 3 timeouts. I haven't seen anything to tell me that this offensive line isn't still in control up there. So you still got Powell back there able to break off some runs, get you some positive yardage, put your offense in a good position to open up that playbook with your 2nd and 3rds and short. At this point where you are, I got to assume this is 4-down territory for the Raiders. So you're looking on this 3rd and 7 to get yourself 5-6 yards, put yourself in a position on 4th down to be comfortable to go for it.
Jet drops back the pass. He's looking down. He's got Dom Foster over the middle. The ball was tipped. Beautiful defensive play by the Fitch Falcons. He had Foster open. Unfortunately, that ball gets tipped away, and it is 4th down and 7.
Last minute there, you see the corner come flying in, being able to make that play. I even thought on the tip that Foster might have still had an opportunity at it, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 7, and it looks like Harding is going to try to pin Austintown deep into their own territory.
8:32 to play. Oh, so close on that last pass. Harding forced a punt.
Well, we talked, that's one of the first times that I think Dallas Jet has tried to go deep, had his receiver just a little bit late or a little bit underthrown, or that would have been 6.
Procedure penalty against the Raiders. That's going to back them up 5 more yards to about the, looks like the 45-yard line. That's where the punt will go. The ball will be snapped anyway for the punt.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad of a penalty, though. Give them a little more room. Worst thing you want to do is see that ball bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Line drive punt. That's going to go out of bounds at around the 16-yard line. So Fitch will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 16 with 8:23 to play and a 35-27 lead over the Warren Harding Raiders.
Yeah, no question. You can't let Austintown run a lot of time off here. That missed extra point kind of comes back to haunt you, knowing that even if you do score, you've got to do it twice. You've got to get that 2-point conversion. So the coaches have to be taking into consideration this clock right now. Even if you're able to score, you got to get that 2. If you're unable to get it, you got to leave that defense enough time to get a stop, to get the offense back on the field, to be able to get out there and get those extra points.
And Sherwood keeps that ball around the end. He gets about 3 yards off that play. That is, looks like it's Josiah Todd, I think, corralling Sherwood from behind. About a 3-yard gain, brings up a 2nd down and 7. Now it's about the 19-yard line, 2nd and 7. We're under 8 minutes to play. There's a quick pass out to the side. Gets a couple more yards. It's going to be short of a 1st down. Out to about the 23-yard line. That looks like a 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 with the short pass there. Kind of interesting. Austintown with the lead that they have right now that they're trying to nurse. I would have assumed that play clock would have went down into the single digits, but they snapped that. They snapped the ball there, I believe, with about 17 seconds on the clock. Interesting. Austintown just try to stay with the momentum and keep their offense going. Don't want to slow it down and kind of stall the offense.
3rd down and 3.
Here comes a blitz from the right-hand side. He's short.
And that's a run up the middle. Looks like, I think that was, yes, that was Mitchell once again. It's going to bring up a 4th down and inches.
Going to bring Ivory out, put a little bit of size up there on the defensive line. Big play for Fitch here. You go for it and you miss this. They might want to burn a timeout and talk about this before they go for it.
Looks like they're going to bring the punt unit on. They're not going to take a chance down here. They're going to try to put this game in the hands of their defense.
Well, you see the coaches on the sideline telling them, stay back, nothing dumb here.
And Fitch is going to use a timeout on that. But again, you got to be careful because their punter is also their quarterback. Yeah. And if he gets a chance to run around a little bit.
But you see these soccer-style kicks where they kind of, run out to the right or to the left, and that's design. And especially when you got a guy like back there with the kind of athletic ability that Sherwood has, you try to, your punt return team, if they retreat too quick to go back, to start blocking, well, he sees that opening, he's going to go. Or if they start rushing and they come to him and he's able to hit that outside, he's going to take off and go for it. Could end up in a big gain. Biggest thing you want to do right now is nothing mental. Don't go for the hard count. Don't get caught with an encroachment. Give them a free 5 yards, and that's going to take even more time off this clock. 6:21 left. Plenty of time for Harding to do what they need to do, but there is no question. Time is of the essence at this point.
4th and inches at the 24-yard line. Fitch is electing to punt here. Sherwood, the quarterback, is also the punter, so he gets back in that position. Johnny Taylor back to receive the punt. Taylor's going to stay, and that's going to be a short kick, and Harding, once again, is going to have a short field with an opportunity to get back in this ball game.
Great, you talk about with these dynamic players, and a lot of times they don't even need to touch the ball. We've seen a couple punts by Austintown just go straight out of bounds because of the fear of giving it to one of our athletes in open field. There's no question why Austintown's been squib kicking it and giving us the ball at the 40, 45-yard line all night because they know they don't want to get the ball back to those deep guys. So even if they're not touching the ball, what they've done all year has led to this point to put their offense in a great position to be able to get points. Once again, starting inside the Falcons' 45-yard line with an excellent opportunity to get some points on the board here.
6:14 to play. Austintown Fitch ahead 35-27. It is 1st down Harding at the Fitch 42-yard line. And Jet drops back. He's looking downfield. He's looking downfield. And there's a hole down there. They're going to throw flags on that. That's going to be interference on Austintown Fitch. They had a hold of Tyreek Ivory down there.
He had Ivory and Dom Foster basically telling the safety to pick his poison. Which one are you going to double team? ended up with honestly a smart play by the corner there, just grabbing onto Ivory, because 9 times out of 10, if he didn't, that would have probably been a quick 6 for the Raider offense.
So that's a big penalty to open up this drive. That's going to move the ball all the way down to the Fitch 27-yard line, and still 6:07 to play. It is first and 10, Harding at the Fitch 27 after the pass interference call.
You know, we talked about the deep ball capabilities of this team. We've only seen him go deep a couple times. I think all the times he's went deep, he's had the guy open. Either a penalty or a great play by the defense is the only thing that stopped it.
Trying to get the ball to Ryan Powell. He is met behind the line of scrimmage. That play is going to result in a loss of about 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 12 back at the 29.
And we talked about the dominance of the offensive line all night. Fitch that time able to use their speed, because this is not a big Fitch team that we're used to seeing. So they were able to use some speed and technique to beat those blockers, get in the backfield, and cause a loss of 2 on the play.
And Jet drops back to pass once again, rolling out to his right. He's got a man at the 20. That was Tyreek Ivory inside the 20 out to about the 17, and that is a first down Harding at the 17-yard line.
Well, that's going to move the sticks there inside the 20-yard line. That clock's still ticking, though. 5 minutes. You know, you're going to get to a point where you got to start to think. I don't think these are 4 down. Unless you're inside the 5-yard line, I think you need to take the field goal. I don't think you need to go for it right now. Get those 3 points, because if you don't get the 2, you're going to need 2 scores regardless. So decisions to be made if we don't get in the end zone here, I'd say within the next 2 minutes.
Jet's going to keep it, and Fitch is all over that, and he's going to pull Dallas Jet down for about a 5-yard loss. Actually, it's only a couple yards. It's progress. They got him spotted at the 20.
That looked like a big linebacker. Nathan Dykes, number 51. Aaron Hyvee, number 52, senior, 6'3", 225. Actually looks like they got him coming out of the defensive end position.
3-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 13. Ball goes back to the 20-yard line. 4:40 to play. Harding at the Fitch 20-yard line with a 2nd down and 13. The clock is running now. 3 receivers up on top. He's come down here
Wide
for
open.
Tyreek Ivory. Ivory in the end zone. Touchdown, Warren Harding.
You knew it was a matter of time. They couldn't keep Ivory and Foster quiet all night long. You looked across the board, saw the single coverage. Dallas Jet had his choice there. You had Don Foster open. Tyreek Ivory was able to use that arm strength, sling it in there, right outside these outstretched arms of the cornerback. Tyreek Ivory able to turn around, walk into the end zone. 2 points away from tying this game up.
And you saw the 3 receivers over there. You saw Dallas Jet's eyes go over there. That gave the defensive back just that little look that way too. That gave Ivory the step he needed to get into the end zone.
Well, that's the growth you see out of the quarterback position. You know, they talk about the pros, especially at the college level, especially the pros, how those quarterbacks with their eyes, they can start to move those cornerbacks, they can move those safeties around, and you throw your receiver open by being able to just move that safety over just the slightest bit. Dallas Jet has shown a college strength arm as a junior here in high school. He is able to make those tight throws because he's got the confidence in his arm and the confidence in his receivers that they're going to go out there and they're going to make a play. And once again, 4:28 left, 33-35, another barn burner here at Mollenkopf Stadium, but it wouldn't make sense if it would have went any other way.
Not with these two teams, not with Fitch and Harding. 4:28 to play. 33-35, Harding down by 2. They're going to have to go for the 2-point conversion here.
He's got Foster in the slot. Looks like Kanye Red split out to the near side here. Tyreek Ivory at the slot.
And Jet drops back. He's under a lot of pressure. He gets away from it. Throws it in. And that goes incomplete out the back of the end zone. The score will remain Austintown Fitch 35, Warren Harding 33. There's 4.5 minutes left in the ball game.
Well, we talked about the time and what you'd have to do if you weren't able to get that 2-point conversion. So we're here. Harding did take a timeout. They did burn one to talk about that play there, which was a smart thing to do. You've got 4:28 left. You expect a good kick here, good coverage on that kick. You need a 3-and-out. You need a 3-and-out. You need to get this ball somewhere around the 20-yard line. 25, 35, that's a 42-yarder. That's going to be a stretch for the kicker. You probably want this ball somewhere inside the 20 to feel comfortable with giving our sophomore kicker, who's been excellent all year, Jake Doherty, an opportunity to win this game.
And Mollenkopf Stadium has been a house of thrills all season long. 49-46 game against Massillon, 50-49 against Youngstown Ursuline, and here we are, 35-33, Harding down 2, 4.5 minutes to play, kicking off. Going to try to get the ball back quickly and see what they can do in the final moments of this contest. Evans and Smith are the deep backs for Austintown Fitch.
Looking for coverage here. We remember the Ursuline game. Took the lead, ill-advised line drive kick, straight lane up the sideline. Looking for good coverage down there. Pin them back somewhere around the 30, 35-yard line. Let the defense go to work.
And there's a kick down there. Evans is going to field that inside his 10, bring it back to the middle of the field. He gets around the corner. He's got a man to beat out there. He's still on his feet. Gets it out to about the 35 where he's finally corralled by that kick team. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Fitch at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that's what we talked about. You could tell he was the return man, had an idea that ball might sneak out of bounds, so he let it take a couple extra bounces. What that actually ended up doing is allowing for the defense to break the kickoff team to break their disciplines, get out of their lanes. They all start to converge on the ball. He uses his speed, then it opens up the outside, and that's what got him from around the 10-yard line up to the 35. Not bad starting position for the Falcons, but a good position for the defense to be in. They know what they got to do. They need a 3-and-out.
First in town, Austintown Fitch, their own 35-yard line. And there's the handoff up the middle, and there's nothing on that play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Defense looks fired up.
That was DJ Williams on the carry, and there was nothing in the middle of that time. 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to run. Less than 4 minutes to play.
And Austintown, honestly, not taking any time off the clock. Quick back up to the line with 20 seconds on the play clock. Coach is going to slow him down by changing the play here. Let that clock wind down a little bit.
And Sherwood looking to pass. And that ball is incomplete, and it's going to stop the clock. It is 3rd down and 10.
I'll tell you, surprise on the clock management side of Austintown. They snapped the ball with about 9 seconds there, and it doesn't look like the quarterback nor the coaches had any consideration for the clock. They were just changing the play, and when he got it in, wherever the clock was, it was. If I'm the Fitch coach, I'm telling my quarterback, we're not snapping the ball until that clock's under 5 seconds.
And all of a sudden, it's 3rd down and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Need some pressure. Only rushing
Sherwood
3.
drops back. He's looking long. He's got a man open. That's Perry. Perry breaks the tackle. And Perry all the way down to the Harding 35-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Austintown Fitch.
Harding chose to only rush the 3 front linemen there. Weren't able to get pressure. Dropped the remaining 7 back into coverage. But Sherwood had enough time, those receivers had enough time to find some open area, break away from that coverage out there for a big gain, broken tackle down the sideline. Going to set up the Falcons here at the Raider 42-yard line, 43?
37.
Oh, sorry, 37, other side. Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 37. And there's a handoff up the middle to Williams once again, and Williams gets nothing right there. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Coming up on the 3-minute mark, 3:17 to play.
Harding starting to use those timeouts as they see the clock winding down.
There's a timeout for Warren Harding.
You really can't overemphasize that was a really big third down play. You know, you had them on 3rd and 10. They decided to throw that quick out pass on 2nd and 10 that carried into the stands there, stops the clock. Harding was able to save that timeout, really started questioning the play calling and the time and the clock management on the other side, but they came through when they needed to. 3rd and 10, quarterback stayed in the pocket, waited for a receiver to find his way open. He's able to throw an accurate pass, get upfield, puts the Falcons in a whole different situation here, up 2 with 3 minutes left in the game.
.3:17 to play. Austintown Fitch at the Warren Harding 37-yard line. It is 2nd down and 10. Harding down, both teams down to 1 timeout left. And there's a handoff up the middle to Williams. Williams breaks 1 tackle. Williams inside up to about the 26-yard line. Just short, or nope, looks like he got past it. That's another Fitch first down. He did get ahead for it. And right now, Fitch is starting to nail this one shut for themselves.
Yeah, we talked about early on, you know, that dominance that the front 5 of the Raiders' offensive line was able to show. Well, now it's kicked over to the other side. Austintown Fitch with their line, you know, they're going against that 3-man front that the Raiders are putting out there, and they're able to get their linemen to that second level of linebackers, and it's taken safeties to come up and make the tackles 5, 6, 7 yards down the field. You see they've switched it up and they went back to a 4-3.
This time the handoff is to Mitchell. No gain on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 26.
Looks like they're going to burn their last time out here. So you figure Austintown's got the ball around, what, the 26, so 36. You're talking about a 43-yarder from here. You know, difficult kick here in high school. Bottom line is you need to stop. I don't see this ball going in the air. I think you're going to see a lot of runs. I think you're going to see them run this clock down and let the chips fall where they may. And if they end up having to punt the ball and pin the Raiders back deep, or maybe something that goes in the end zone, you know, that comes out to the 20, giving the Raiders 80 yards to try to play with. But I don't see Austintown passing right here. I see them working the clock, letting their front 5 offensive linemen work that defense over and try to just manhandle everything up front, moving the ball forward, keeping it on the ground, and keeping the clock running.
.229 to go in the ball game. Austintown Fitch on top, 35-33. It is 2nd down and 10 at the Harding 26-yard line. And that's Williams up the middle for very little, maybe a yard. 3rd down and 9, but again, Harding cannot stop the clock. Run another 35 seconds off it before the next snap. It is 3rd down and 8. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Austintown in no hurry to get up there to the line. They're going to let this clock tick, 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 tick down. Now we'll see if they've got the nerve to try to get this first down through the air and take a possibility of stopping the clock for the Raiders.
Another handoff up, and that's
gonna be it.
That was, once again, DJ Williams breaks through the line of scrimmage on a 3rd down and 8, takes it 24 yards for the Fitch touchdown. And that should do it for Austintown Fitch tonight. That makes it right now a 41-33 ball game. The extra point makes it a 2-score game with 1:37 to play and Harding out of timeouts.
Well, we're talking about, you know, you can draw up all kinds of X's and O's and plays, but at the end of the day, it's controlling the line of scrimmage. And when we saw the big outburst by the Raiders in the second quarter, it was total dominance by their offensive line. And Powell and Dallas Jet getting off and giving time for the quarterback to find some open receivers downfield. Well, we have saw the exact same thing on the opposite side here, specifically late into the fourth quarter. That Austintown Fitch offensive line taking over that line of scrimmage, dominating, opening up the holes, and being able to gash 5, 6, 7 yard plays at a time, running that clock down, keeping those chains moving, and eventually getting into the end zone. And it looks like it's going to work out for them, and they're going to be victorious here in the last game of the season.
So that makes the score Austintown Fitch 42, Warren Harding 33, with 1:37 left on the clock.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you see another onside kick attempt here. If I'm them, there is no possible way I'm kicking the ball and having any opportunity of number 11 or 24 getting the ball in their hands and possibly being able to do something. This is Mollenkoff Stadium in 2021. Anything could happen.
Josiah Burney set to kick it off for the Fitch Falcons. And he sends a pooch kick over there. It's about the 32-yard line where it's fielded. It looks like Johnny Taylor's got that ball. Brings it out. Jay Taylor breaks loose a little bit out past the 40. Johnny Taylor gets it out to about the 44-yard line for the Raiders. Minute 29 to play.
Minute 29, you expect to see nothing but zone coverage, probably a deep cover 2, possibly even a cover 3 out of the Falcons defense. Dallas Jet comes up to the line. He sees if he can identify a one-on-one on the outside, this is the time to take that chance. Give your players an opportunity to make a play downfield, possibly throw one up there, get that jump ball, come down with the 50-50 ball, come out, try an onside kick of your own, see what could happen.
1st and 10 Raiders, their own 44-yard line. Jet steps back. He's under a lot of pressure back there. Gets rid of it, and that's an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock at 1:22. 2nd down and 10.
See the pressure coming in from the ends like that as they're converging in. Really like to see Dallas step up in the pocket instead of trying to break that outside. Step up in the pocket. A lot easier for him to be able to keep his feet in his form to make those accurate throws. Like his speed getting to the outside, but a little more difficult to gather yourself on those type of plays. Something like that, really want to see him step up, pressure the line, possibly take off if he needs to, but puts himself in a better position to be able to see the whole. It has access to the whole field as you step up. When you start running to the right or the left, you can use your legs, possibly break it to the outside, but really takes away one of the sides of the field when you do that. If you're able to step up, pressure the line of scrimmage, opens up the whole field for you.
2nd down and 10 at the 44. Jet rolls out to his right, looking deep, and that is well overthrown. Looking for Tyreek Ivory down there, but overthrew him by a ton. 3rd and 10 coming up with 1:17 to play.
They're obviously going for it on 4th down here. Don't need to get it all back in one shot here, but obviously want to get down the field to give yourself an opportunity. Looks like they're going to reset the play clock.
Third and 10. Dallas Jet drops back over the middle, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Dom Foster over there. Foster covered there by Tyler Evans. 4th and 10 with 1:12 to play.
He got the matchup he was looking for there. Dom Foster one-on-one, just unable to get the ball in a position for Dom to try to make a play on it.
So it comes down to what could be the last offensive play for the Raiders in the regular season with the expanded playoff format. Both these teams should be seeing postseason action next week. However, the opportunity for a home game for Harding seems to have slipped through their fingers here, but they will play on. Jet back to pass one more time. Gets that out. That ball is tipped and picked off by number 25, Davion Pritchard. All that's left, and there's a flag on the play. Maybe, I don't know if that's excessive celebration or something, but it's going to be
it's after the
Fitch ball.
Well, at this point, Fitch is going to go into victory formation, take a knee, and start looking forward to next week. Saw a lot of good things out of the Raiders today early on. You know, saw that defense step up when they needed to. Obviously need to work on the turnovers. Any game you got to work on the turnovers, but you know, put the defense in some precarious positions. They were able to step up to the challenge most times, but Austintown, resilient as they are with the injuries, they never gave up. They kept on fighting, stayed in this game the whole time, kept them around, found an opportunity to be able to come back, take the lead, stall the clock out, and get this victory. But same thing for the Raiders. It is what it is. You're not, you know, more than likely there is no home game for the playoffs, but they will see themselves in the playoffs. And as we've said before, with everything we've seen from this team, this is going to be a team that none of those top 5, 6, 7 ranked teams are going to want to see. They are scary. They are explosive. They have the ability to score from anywhere, and we have seen this defense play shutdown football for many parts of the game. It's just putting it all together. You know, we're going into week 10 now, going into week 11. I'm sure that's what the coaches are going to talk about, is the capabilities that this team has. It's just putting that full game together from the offense to the defense to the special teams. If they can do that next week, they will see a second round of the playoffs.
And that last kneel down, that's going to do it. Clock winds down from 20 seconds. Your final score from Mollenkopf is going to be Austintown Fitch 42, Warren Harding 33. Take a few moments here, and whether we had a home game next week or not, this is our last WSCN football broadcast of the year. And speaking for myself, I'm sure Eddie will echo those thoughts here, but it's been an absolute pleasure being able to do this. Like a big shout out to Fred Whitaker, Frank Bozak, their students who come out here and give you these camera shots, the graphics, the replays. And we've said it many times, you won't find a finer student-run sports broadcast anywhere around. Privileged to be a part of it. You folks that tune in every week, certainly hope you enjoy the broadcast every bit as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. And as we close it out, we'll look forward to 2022, Ed.
No, absolutely. Always a pleasure to be up here with you, Tom. Big shout out, like you said, to the faculty as well as specifically the students, you know, that run the cameras, do the production work to bring this broadcast to you every week. We're just, you know, honored to be a part of it. You know, another season under the books. Glad to come out here. 2021, last year we were able to bring this broadcast to you when everybody had to be at home. This year, obviously, those rules were loosened up. We were able to have some fans here in the stadium, so it's great to be back here and to support all these kids out here. And like I said, just an honor to be here. Like you said, Tom, you're not going to find a better production done by students or even by some professionals. This is a Class A program that they've created here at Warren City Schools through WSCN, and just proud to be a part of it. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate being here. We hope you enjoy the play-by-play that Tom and I can provide to try to add to the production here, but just an honor to be here, and we look forward to next week. And Tom, I look forward to being back up here in the booth with you next year.
Well, with that being said, we're going to sign off from Mollenkopf Stadium for the 2021 football season. Best of luck to both the Raiders and the Falcons as they move on in postseason. Good night. Enjoy your weekend.